So, after the party arrived in Daenathore, on the northern edge of the Blackheart Forest, and spending a very friendly night at the Friendly Huntsman Bordello, which more members of the party partook in than I expected. I didn't really expect it to quite go as carry-on film as it did, but it did. The party then began their investigation of the city to find out what was making these women go insane. I'll be honest, for fellow games masters out there, you are going to hear a lot of umming and ahhing, backing and forthing, as they try to work things out over what I personally thought was going to be quite an easy investigation, especially seeing as they were on the right track at the end of the last episode with Narlock saying it's in the water. They basically got the right answer there and then they kept going backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. But there we go. They eventually got to the right answer, and we ended the session just before the dungeon. So, hope you enjoy. Like and subscribe for future videos, and please go and follow below, where you will find the link to my world anvil for the world that's taking place in, Tharandil, which we kind of all agreed on as a name for it, because it just sounded pretty good. Right, thanks very much, bye. So, to recap where the party is and what you were doing, I could start that with what the fuck you were doing, because that seems fairly appropriate.
Is it who the fuck we were doing?
Well, that one too. So, in Daenathore, you all arrived and found out about a lot of strange occurrences, violent crimes committed by people who were not usually aggressive or violent people.
I did make a list of all of them.
We found out they were all female, including the animals that went vicious.
Exactly. From there, you decided to head to the Friendly Huntsman, which is the bordello/brothel of the town, where you were all asked to go by Clive to basically pass on a message to Tilly, the madame and owner. Doing this, you were all offered a night's stay and were all offered companionship for the evening. And that's where we're going to start. Just for anyone who is taking note, the current date is the 27th of Myrtle, which is the 5th month of the year.
In 1486.
That is correct. So, can Roberto, Celadine, and Zed all give me a constitution check?
11.
13.
Just drinking.
Nope. It's to see who wakes up first.
Oh.
18.
18. So, Zed, you had an exceptionally restful night, and you're the first awake as far as you know. You're awake with the dawn. As you look down at the floor, you see Tibbles curled up with the poodle that was sent for him last night by Miss Tilly.
I just like, at least he got it. At least he got his. At least he had some fun. I get up and I just move around them and just head down to the bar.
As you walk out of the room, it's around this time that Celadine steps out onto the landing. Like yourself, she is alone.
Oh, my father said the beds are really nice here.
Morning, sir. Did you partake in the sin last night?
Narlock said to ask for a massage and then they'd do that and go away, so I asked for a massage.
Oh, well, in that case, it's fine.
Around this time, the door that you know was Roberto's room opens, and a pair of young women step out, nod at the two of you, and go downstairs. You are awake and dressed. You may join them on landing.
Oh, morning.
Morning.
Morning, Saladin. Morning, Father.
Good morning.
Who's for breakfast? Oh, second breakfast, sorry.
Have you already eaten?
Well, I mean, a midnight snack I had during the night, just to shake
I
off the
didn't think they
alcohol.
did food up to the rooms.
It's an extra sort of thing. Tilly felt a little bit sorry for me, and she sent a very generous portion to my room.
Oh, okay.
Very good. It is around this time, as you're all talking, the door that you know leads to Narlock's room opens, and out begins the small procession, led first by the man who was sent to Zed's room, then the woman sent to Zed's room, then a half-elf woman that none of you recognise, and then a human woman last, before Narlock.
Where's Nala?
I'll be Narlock.
There he is. Narlock, are you okay?
Just watching the
Sort of fix my hair and retuck the jacket. Oh, what's happening in the clean world?
Something happened to you last night. You look a bit dishevelled, my good fellow.
Don't ask. I just twist him and take him downstairs.
Is that to Roberto?
Yeah.
Both of you make competing strength checks.
Can I just be leaning to look into the room? I'm trying to work out if the bed's big enough for all those people to have slept in there.
Oh, my rolling as well.
That bed's only big enough for two people.
What's your-
14.
16.
Wait, is that your actual strength, or
That's my modifier.
so +3 and Father Zed?
You got +3 strength. You're a halfling.
Yeah? I'm
40.
out.
Oh, may I just have a quick look?
They're quite dense.
Is it +3?
5th edition, it'll be +3. 1st edition +1.
Oh.
You rolled 14.
Oh.
Yeah, so we tie.
Father Zed attempts to turn you around and lead you downstairs. Do you let him? I mean,
No!
okay, the two of you are just okay.
Scuffling.
I suppose the final decision is who has the highest strength stat.
16.
16.
We just both get wedged in together.
Yeah, actually,
They're just scuffling.
No,
I demonstrate. You see, first I was here, and then they were here, and then I was here,
No.
and then they were there, and then I was there, and then we were sort of like this for a while, and let's say a lot
the
happened.
situation that Narlock and Celadine watch, and Roberto and Zed are now in, involves the two men. Currently, Roberto is technically pinned to the wall, but at the same time, Father Zed is likewise pinned in place. Basically, Father Zed has his arms on Roberto's shoulders, attempting to push him. At the same time, Roberto has grabbed Father Zed around the waist.
It's the
We
classic.
did that last night too.
Right. I'm going down to breakfast.
Father, should we...
I let out a whistle.
Tibbles
He's
follows at speed. You're not holding on to him, he's just let go of you. Oh, you want to hold on to him, make a fucking
I
strength check.
didn't let go of him!
Make a strength check.
Is it?
No,
No, he gets out of your grasp.
Is it?
He
Yeah.
gets away from you.
I just kind of let him go. Right, it's an odd thing where the dog is cleaner than you.
Who's that to?
The Narlock.
Ah. Tibbles comes trotting out, proud as punch, and you all watch as a small pink and white poodle likewise walks out and trots in the opposite direction.
Clean as me, you say?
Yes.
You
He
can
was
pet
a
him.
I can
He was a
pet-
gentleman.
Yeah.
He was a gentleman.
Is that a poodle or?
Yeah, I'm petting the poodle.
Yeah, no worries. Poodle is okay with this.
Nice doggy.
I'm just imagining Georgette.
I was a gentleman.
Kinda.
Then I was a roughman. Then I wasn't any. Then an Eddie. And
I guess I could just say on my end, Hobbit sandwich.
So you did eat.
I did. It was very nice, very tasty. Anyway, shall we head downstairs?
out of character, Cal, you brought this on yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, I did, but I'm just this isn't exasperation. This is more just enjoyment. This is just fun for me.
But I'm going to go get something to eat.
Okay, the party head downstairs, and a table has already been made ready for you. There are 2 or 3 staff members. You recognise one as the young man that was sent to you last night before you sent him away.
Okay.
And the other 2 just appear to be a pair of maids. They've made a table ready for the 4 of you to enjoy breakfast. It's very high class. It's almost like not afternoon tea, but like one of those tea services you can get. But
Trays with
yeah.
breakfast goods on it instead.
Exactly, yeah. So instead of actually it's pretty much the same thing, but more cream pastries rather than heavy cakes.
Yeah, it is a bit more afternoon tea then.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that there's a lot of eclairs featured very heavily.
There's at least 2 each.
A couple
Oh.
of cream puffs.
Noak, that stack there, was it kind of like that?
Hang on, let me just rearrange some of this. A bit like that. I lift up the eclair.
I see.
Yeah, that
Ah,
happened.
I didn't even realise that half-orcs could bend that way. Impressive.
They can if they stretch.
My dad says you're not supposed to play with your food.
So the party enjoy a very nice breakfast. What do the 4 of you want to do? You have a job to do, of course. Where would you like to go first? The shops have opened now, so there is the availability to go shopping while you're working as well.
The bank I would like to go to.
Yes, because we said you could have a bit of money.
Oh, that reminds me.
What?
Sorry, that reminds me.
Oh, yes.
I mean, we've also got that very expensive chest set that we probably want to unload at some point, but I don't know if this place would have jewellers.
Is that something you're asking in character?
Yes.
One of the young man, the young half elf man, as he's serving you all tea from the silver teapot, leans over and says, "Well, there's always Ravan's goldsmiths and jewelers, or you can always have a look at Olok's trinkets and baubles. They might be able to see to your ends."
So that was Ravens.
Can Zed give me a intelligence check? Raven's goldsmith and jewelers.
13.
You remember Ravan's goldsmith and jewelers was the name of the establishment you attended to heal the adopted half-elf daughter of the dwarf last night.
You can try there. I'm not sure if they'll be open today. They're dealing with a lot at the moment.
True. So the other one was. I'm sorry, no, what was it?
The other one was Olok's trinkets and baubles. Anything else?
So we could at least see if they can give us something close to a fair price. Of course, got the job to do as well. I wouldn't mind seeing if there's a bookshop.
Again, you could ask. here, or you could head into town.
Okay. Excuse me.
Yes.
Is there a bookshop in town other than just the Mage's place?
Oh, the Mage's
that?
place is the bookshop. You're looking for Daenathore and Sons Shoppy.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, the bookshop is the main part, and you go in and around, and that's where you make it to the wizard's shop.
Oh, okay, right.
It's all connected.
I can't spell Taetheron.
Taetheron.
Is there anywhere we'll resupply the surfstreaming?
You kind of look at those. Probably not. I'm afraid we don't have much of a half-orc or orc population in town, I'm afraid.
That explains why everyone wanted to talk to you.
I don't know how everyone else. I don't know what everyone else feels, but I'm probably just going to go out into the middle of the street and try and practice this song that I wrote from last night. Hang on. Obviously, my coin purse is empty. The Oingy Boingy Boogie. I know that's the wrong one. Sorry. Poor Man's Ballad. That's the one.
Ah, I see. Okay, so you're going outside to try and busk. You're in a mostly residential area, aside from the friendly huntsman. You are welcome to try and busk. I will need 2 performance checks.
Okay. Right, so have I left the party now?
You have left the party now. Yeah.
Alright, we'll give this violin a bit of a go.
Alright, if you do that, then we'll come back to the rest of the party. You will be outside waiting for them.
Okay. 2 performance checks. Oh, okay, so 23 for the first one. And the last one, oh wow. 25 for the second.
25.
And could I be very cheeky because I rolled well with that? Can I also implant a suggestion for people to throw me more money?
Give me a percentile roll. So that's
D100?
D100.
With another
units and lower. Yeah, 15 or below.
Okay. Nah.
No.
That's okay.
That's alright though.
I'm on 50 though.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think the first
You
one
rolled
was...
very well, I will say that.
Thank you. I'd probably say the first one was the Poor Man's Ballad. I thought, oh fuck it, the Oingy Boingy Boogie comes out.
It's clearly that sort of a place.
To be honest, the second you start playing, you amass a very large crowd of people who are either going to work or coming home from work. Obviously, having worked evenings, the houses in this area appear to be mostly the homes of guards and their families, as well as some of the wealthier in town. You picked a very good part of town to do this in, and you wind up coming away with... There you go.
Who's that? Nice.
Okay. Alright then. So, you all hear Roberto singing and playing the violin outside. It actually sounds a lot better than any of you kind of remember him ever playing, to be honest.
Yeah.
What would the rest of the party like to do before you leave? So you've got directions to a few places at the moment.
Yeah. So, well, I think the first step is to go to the bank just to replenish a little bit of gold. And then I'm going to head off to, well, first to the shrine of Fenris Sulphur.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to check on the girl.
That's absolutely fine.
Before we go, wasn't there an attack here as well?
Yes, there was. Good memory.
Yes, a waitress attacked the owner, attacked Tilly and the lawmaster. So, actually, what I'd like to do.
Close on the memory.
It's the other tavern.
Yeah, a waitress, one of the working girls here attacked and killed a patron who had otherwise been quite friendly.
Yeah, so actually, once again, just trying to get the attention of either the maids or the young man.
Alright, just give me 1 second. So, you wait a moment, and the young man saunters back over and says, "Oh, hello again."
Hi. We were actually asked to look into something by the lawmaster yesterday. Am I right in thinking there's been an attack? One of the girls here attacked a patron.
Oh yes, Rondella. Very, very awful situation.
I was wondering, is there anyone here who could tell us a bit more about what happened, or?
Well, I could always get the boss. I mean, she's usually still up at this time.
Do you think it's worth asking? I've forgotten her name. Tilly.
Well, she would say the bar lady always knows what's going on.
It might be worth just seeing if we can narrow down things to suspect.
Okay, I'll go get her then.
The lawmaster did the lawmaster tell us to look into this? Ask us to look into this.
Yeah, he said that has a job 3 days. Yeah, it does say here. Yeah.
Yeah, we must be wary though. Remember, we are a week behind schedule.
I know. But still, they're more likely to be allies to Torgaval if we help them, right?
It's true. So we've still got to visit Dale.
And was there somewhere else?
Daenathore.
The what do you call him? The traveller gave us somewhere to go to as well.
Yes. That was in Dale.
Yep, I can double check.
Oh, yeah, but so everything else is saying to get to Dale.
I wonder if that slimy little wretch will be hung and drawn today.
Oh, yeah, the nasty man. Yawn. Maybe. I mean, I don't see a hanging. That's horrid.
Either that or he's in the stocks and you can pelt him with rotten tomatoes.
That seems unkind as well.
Trust me, it's not unkind if they deserve it, but it's only unkind if you didn't deserve it, and trust me, I've been in that position.
What?
Never mind.
So, as you wait and have this discussion, a few minutes later, Tilly saunters out from the back room. She's in a much more modest dress now than the one she was wearing last night. Think more typical tavern attire, but very fancied up. She's also got a pair of small gold-rimmed spectacles just hanging from her neck. And she kind of comes over and says, "I understand you all wanted to see me?"
Say good morning.
Morning, Miss Tilly.
Oh, don't worry, my dear. I'm not on the clock no more.
About the patron that was attacked in a few days prior.
Oh,
Apparently, it caused a bit of a scandal. There was an attack on a patron for no apparent reason.
Scandal's one word for it. I personally call this an absolute tragedy. Yeah, Rondella, she'd been with the man a few times. Older gentleman, nice caller, a bit of a merchant, would come through, always ask for her. Nothing different that night, but I don't know. We heard screaming. Not too unusual, but a bit strange coming from that room. So one of the guardsmen went up to take a look on his off-duty and found Rondella beating him to death with his own wares.
Did he survive, or?
No. By the time the guard got there, he was already long dead.
And she was still beating him?
She was still beating him. Didn't even notice when they dragged her away.
Was she saying anything?
She was screaming and shouting and roaring and all sorts of noises, but she wasn't saying no words.
Is she still alive?
I understand she's in the prison in the guardhouse, along with everyone else that went a little bit crackers a few days ago.
There was more than one.
Yeah, hang on.
From what I understand, there are about 7 different attacks. If you all say you're working for the Lawmaster, surely he told you about them.
The dwarven noblewoman who we sorted out her daughter, a waitress at the other tavern, and a halfling apprentice to the blacksmith turned on the blacksmith and his apprentices and the horses.
And there are also 3 half-elves that attempted to burn down the tailors.
Ah yes, sorry, I forgot to note those down.
Alright.
If we need to discuss it, maybe it'd be worth investigating them.
From what I understand, the Lawmaster's under the assumption that all of the events are connected. Personally, I think the same thing. Don't know how, but it seems strange for 7 perfectly reasonable young ladies to suddenly turn on people that they call friends or family.
Miss Tilly, did she do anything unusual before she went off with the client?
No, it had been her day off the day before, so I think she went shopping, and then she turned up for her shift, prompt, not late, not early, normal for her, and then something just set her off.
And you really can't think of, like, even if it wasn't unusual, anything she would have done before?
She'd have met some friends, probably gone for a drink, like I said. Maybe even probably done a little bit of shopping around the place, or maybe she might have stayed somewhere and done some reading. It was her off day. She probably, I mean, all my girls and boys stay here, obviously. They have their own rooms, but I don't keep tabs on them around town.
Has anyone new come to town aside from ourselves?
Well, about a week ago we had the Goblin Attack. Of course. Sorry, about just over 2 weeks ago now. Then, since then, there's been travellers like usual. Before that, there were a few caravans moving through, trade caravans. Since then, no one I can really think of. No one stood out, or if anyone did stand out, they didn't really come here. And if they didn't come here, they weren't any of my business.
Fair enough, thank you.
What about her friends? Any of them available to just speak to very quickly? I'm just trying to work out if we can work out what she did before it happened, we can then narrow down. Perhaps there's an overlap of what everybody did before.
You mean the friends that she would have met on a day off?
Yeah.
Give me a few minutes. I've got a few, I know a few names. I'll see if I can get them for y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. And she walks away. You guys are maybe left on your own for a few minutes when she returns with a little scrap of paper that she's clearly just hastily scribbled on. I've got a couple of names.
I'm just thinking if they all went to the same place to have a drink, or they all went to the same place to read a book, or anything like that, we can see if there's a pattern.
So I'm just getting a couple of names just to give you.
Stupid question, but I'm actually not present at this point, am I? I'm still playing.
Yeah, you're outside.
Yeah.
You think CSI Middle Earth?
Christian von Starrot!
Woo! No. Yeah, one of these days I'll learn the spell Awakening and I'll cast it on Tibbles and then I'll be able to talk.
talking puppy.
Yay!
Yes.
Okay then.
It's very undignified. You keep me naked, you know.
but thank you for the company.
But then he becomes a priest in his own right. Everybody howl.
So, as she returns to the three of you, as I said, she hands you the scrap of paper. Those are the only three that I can really think of. Not really sure where you'll find them.
I want to be the good Lord said.
I'd assume you'd find Ciala and Tia at their parents' shops. But I don't really know much about young Grey. Unless you guys want to ask any follow-up questions, that's all she's really got.
Ciala and Tia's parent shops?
Ciala Raven, she,
Oh, wait.
Hmm?
The little the little girl.
the adopted daughter of the dwarf smith and his wife?
See, now we're getting somewhere.
Tia, she works over at her mum and dad's shop, Theron and Sons. Oh, sorry, Tatheron.
Okay.
And young Grey, I understand, is the blacksmith's apprentice.
Right, we found a connection then. They all knew each other. They're at least tangentially connected.
Anything else?
No, I believe that's everything.
Very good. See you all tonight. And she heads off.
Thank you. Right, shall we head first to the bank so we can replenish our pocket money, so to say?
Yes.
I think we all embellished a little bit last night, some more than others. Sorry.
Oh, you mean we spent too much on the drinks? Yeah.
Do not tell her what I did last night. I think we gave a pretty decent demonstration that you might have a good idea.
Right, you're not too bad. Well, I've got more pocket money than I've ever had.
Enter life, good for money. Also bad for money. Good for health, also bad for health.
I entered with so little money in my pockets that she wasn't able to nick too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so same here. I think I only lost about 9 gold altogether.
Yeah, you two lost the least of the party, actually, but that's because you two have to spend more for a lot of your things.
This
Yeah,
is what.
hold on, hold on.
I
Yeah.
lost all my platinum and 100 gold.
Oh gosh. At
Yeah,
least
with
you got
that.
reimbursed for it.
Yeah.
Unless if someone does a ghostly
You've
hand
lost
leaping
everything.
through dimensions and steal your thing.
Okay then, so as you guys head out of the Friendly Huntsman, you come out onto a much different street to what you saw last night, with the employees at the bordello working, doing a little bit of street work, as it were. This morning though, you come out to it takes a few steps, but you enter a residential area, which is part of the main road through the city. And that is where you find Roberto playing his violin on the side of the street with, quite frankly, a hat full of gold.
You're getting better.
Hello everyone! Oh, Saladin! Here!
Yes, yeah.
How about trying one of your lighting tricks again, possibly, just to see if I can throw in a bit of a flare? I think I've got something going with this instrument here.
Right, hold on.
Beautiful! Oh, bloody hell, what's that lyric? Halfling's appetite's never satisfied unless you come to
You should learn to play the violin.
Are you saying that
To Narlock. I mean, I think he's already made back his gold and more.
Nah, I don't really need to. And when I do that with my hand, a money bag sort of flies out from my thing and I just go...
It'll cost me a level 1 spell slot, is the only thing.
It will.
You know what? I think you're doing actually pretty good on your own. I mean, your sack is full of money.
Yes. Oh! Good grief! I wasn't even paying attention. Thank you. Yes, please. I'm still around for a little bit longer.
People give you a round of applause. It's a very nice bit of entertainment for the early morning.
Wow, I can't believe my arm managed to hold up, especially after last night.
You weren't meant to use your arm. You had two of them.
This one in particular, my good fellow. Oh, I'd forgotten you were all there.
How did you hurt your arm?
Long story. Anyway, what seems to be happening? Did you find out anything?
Sort of. We found out that the girl who attacked her patron in there also, must have, actually was friends with the jeweller's daughter who Father Zed healed yesterday.
Oh.
And one of the apprentices to the blacksmith, who we know was also attacked, and someone called Tia, who is the daughter of the guy who owns the wizard shop.
You managed to do most of it. Young Grey was the one who did the attack. She wasn't attacked, she did the attack.
Okay, that is my fault. I assumed that Grey was a male name.
Nope, girl.
So all of the girls who've attacked people knew each other.
I see.
Unisex.
So obviously someone had a little bit of a tiff, possibly, and a bit of a grudge, possibly.
It's just strange they all knew each other and then they've all gone mad and attacked people for no obvious reason. There's something there, I don't know at the minute. Let's go get some money and sort ourselves out. We can question some of these people en route anyway.
Quite right. Put the file away.
Enter into the. Are you changing the name of the bank into the world to the name of the world now?
No, the bank still only operates in Glendoral, which is the country that you guys are in.
Okay, so we head into the bank.
Do you know where the bank is?
We asked the guardsman last night to give us a rough idea of the town.
He told you that the bank was in the Lawmaster's office on the upper floor.
Oh, there we go then.
Okay, so we headed out. So we can, if you want, we can ask any questions to the Lawmaster while we're in there.
And you can ask if Yorm's in the stocks and having tomatoes thrown at him.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure there's someone who would enjoy taking him down a peg or two, isn't that right, Noah?
Alright then. Heading through the town, you come out of the residential area into the main city square, which yesterday you were quite quickly led through to the Lawmaster's office. From where you're standing now, the central point of the square is a very large well and fountain situation. Basically, the water kind of comes up almost automatically and kind of bubbles to the surface where people can get fresh water quite easily. From there, you can see the Ravan's Goldsmith and Jewelers, which was where you healed the young half-elf girl last night. And on the right, as you actually come down the street, there is a building with a sign on it saying open now, called Olok's Trinkets and Baubles. From where you are, the crossroad, it is sort of a crossroad / circle with 5 routes leading either to a city entrance or a residential area. If you guys are heading straight for the Lawmaster's office, that's not a problem.
Money first.
Money first.
We've really done
Like
a
that.
catch.
It's like Diagon Alley, you've got to go all the way down it to get to Gringotts, so you have to look before you buy.
It's a standard supermarket trick. Make you look at all the things you want first.
Kinda. So, heading along the main road, which cuts the whole city in half, east to west, you find yourself again at the Lawmaster's office. There's one large queue out the front door, and as you get closer, you can see someone in black robes similar to the Lawmaster's robes of office, but without the gold chains and the trim, who spots you and says, "Are you guys here to see the Lawmaster?"
No, we just wanted to access the bank. We just want our money.
Oh, thank God. Too many people coming to see him at the moment. Can't keep up with work. Okay, go in by the main entrance, go up the top steps to the top floor, and go to the door at the back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very efficient here.
We've had to get efficient very fast. Oh no, here's some more. And you see this human just dart, kind of like push between Narlock and Zed to like get through as a small group of men and women are sort of marching forward. They look angry, but he manages to intercept them.
What exactly is the big issue?
Who are you asking?
The guy in black.
He's already gone. He's shot through you lot to deal with this crowd that's on their way.
I wonder what the issue is.
Can I grab the human who tried to push past me and just sort of go?
No, that was the guy in black. He pushed past us and shot off in the other direction.
And it wasn't like a rude push past. It was like, excuse me, and just kind of move between the two of you.
Okay. All right.
Well, it's all go this morning, isn't it?
Damn. Glad I don't live in this city. I think I'll stick with Torgaval.
It is nice there.
I reckon there's been
It's
talk
nice.
about. I reckon with the talk about the attacks, I reckon it's got everybody into a panic for their own security. I mean, there was a Goblin Attack previously, in which they managed to fend off. There's still things happening.
Now there's all these girls going mad and stabbing people. It's bound to make things a bit busy. But we're here now, and we're going to make everything better, though.
Yeah. Okay, so heading in through the main entrance, you can see the stairs going up, and as you climb this quite grand staircase, you get the idea that this place was once a large manor house to a regal family that has since been converted into a place of work. And as you get up the stairs, you see the double doors just in front of you that must have once led to a large bedchamber have been turned into a very similar to the bank in Torgaval. The large stacks either side with the cages stopping you from getting to the books within.
Okay. So we go up to the cage. Hello?
Is there a little bell?
That's great.
Sometimes there's a little bell, and you have to ring the little bell.
Yeah, you ring the bell. It takes a moment, and a figure walks over. You are all certain you recognise this man, but he looks a little bit different. He's actually got a little bit of a trim moustache, whereas last time you saw him, he had no facial hair whatsoever. It says, "Hello."
Oh, good. Is this a Nurse Joy Officer Jenny situation?
I will come after you. Yes.
You don't have a twin brother in Torgaval, do you?
Yes, I do. How's he doing?
He's doing okay from the last time we saw him.
Fantastic. How may I help you today?
We would like to make a withdrawal.
Fantastic. Can I please take your account name?
It's universally challenged. Actually, I did wonder, is there a way we can change that without it being feed?
Give me a moment to check your ledger. I love that voice.
I was hoping you would do him, but it's a relative.
But you just get one of your big books.
Yeah, he walks away for a little bit, and then he returns a few minutes later with this massive ledger, which goes boom, just on the table. Let's have a look. Yes, the account has not existed longer than 6 months. You may change the name without cost.
I was just wondering, would we like to change it from universally challenged to something that matches what we're calling ourselves? Oh, if people want to reward us, they can just deposit straight into our account.
Well, it was underneath your family name, wasn't it, Jenny? The Travelers of.
Yeah, was it the
It was Travellers of Leyspark.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd like to change it then to Bright Sun, Leyspark, and Zed.
Very good, nice and simple, easy to remember.
We'll also write that down.
What is the current account balance, please?
1,900 platinum pieces.
And the exchange rate to gold is still 10%, isn't it?
The exchange rate from platinum to gold or gold to platinum is there are 5 gold pieces per platinum.
It's 10. Is it 10 piece platinum per 10 gold per platinum?
No, it's 5 gold per platinum.
No, I mean, what's the exchange? What's the current? How many gold to a platinum?
5.
5.
No, I meant if you were to have it withdrawn in gold.
Oh, if you were to. Let me just check the rules on that.
If we would have it withdrawn in gold from the balance, didn't you say they charged a fee?
Yeah, you said it's a 1%
Yeah.
surcharge for withdrawals.
I'll drop the voice really quickly just to explain this. So if you want to draw any money out, it will cost 1% of what is taken in platinum. With an account, you can convert the money before you get it into gold, and it will not cost any extra. So if you guys take out, say, 100 platinum pieces and ask for it to be converted into gold, you will receive 99 times 5.
495.
495 gold pieces.
I really should get better at math.
You know how you do that? You do
Yeah.
100 times 5, take away 5.
Yeah.
I should have remembered that.
Yeah, you use the round numbers.
So sorry, it's 5 gold to a platinum, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So got one. So can I take out 10 platinum pieces?
Is that all, sir? Or will there be more taken from the account at this transaction?
Go on, I'm doing maths.
Okay,
so-
I think because that 10. No, that's 50. That's equivalent to 50 gold.
Yeah.
That would see me through because things don't cost that much gold.
May I borrow 30 platinum converted to gold?
Currently at 40 platinum.
Celadine, did you need to take any platinum money?
I do, but I'm trying to do a quick maths, sorry. Because I might need to buy some expensive gear for putting things into spell books, so...
Can we charge the account as well if we're in a shop? Give them a writ, or if we want to pay in a shop and give them a writ to charge the account? Could we do that?
Yeah, do you offer a checking service or something?
We do, but that is only arranged at the main bank in Dale or the Blue Mountains. Can't do that from this location.
Let's say when we're in Dale, that might work.
We might be able to organise that.
Good sir, could I please withdraw 20 platinum pieces?
20, not a problem, sir. And
Thank you.
madam?
I'm trying to work out how much...
Are you talking about how much gold do you need?
I don't know.
Right, what's the concern? I can tell you the
I
equivalent.
was trying to work out how much gold is in 20 platinum.
20 platinum would be 100 gold.
Okay, does that seem like enough? 'Cause I know how much it'll charge.
A level 1 spell being converted into your spell book would come out at 100 gold.
Oh, I need way more than that then. Could I take 30 platinum, please?
30 platinum?
Yeah. Thank
Very
you.
good. Who's going to be having that in gold money?
Half in gold, half in platinum, so 15 platinum, the rest in gold.
For you, sir. Very good.
I'm going to just take mine as platinum because I don't think I can carry that much gold.
Yeah.
Okay. Platinum.
Plenty.
And Zed wanted his converted into gold, yeah?
Five in platinum, 5 in and 50 gold.
Okay, so 50-50. Got
I
it.
like
You
this
see
sort
it.
of-
Wait, five. It's 20. Is it 50 gold? 5 platinum is 25 gold, isn't it?
Yeah, 5 platinum with 25 gold.
Okay, so five in platinum, 25 in gold. So it's
Yeah.
kind of, yeah. Mathematics.
No, like this guy, look, there's level 20, but you'll have plenty to pay you back.
Yep, that's that. Alright, so Narlock receives 15 platinum and 75 gold. You two both receive your 20 and 30 platinum, respectively. Yep, and that's it.
I know I took a lot there, but because I'm learning spells a lot at the minute, and you wouldn't believe how much paper and ink costs.
Yes, I can imagine how much all of the songwriters have to pay in order to write their work down. Especially just to write notes.
It has to be like magic paper and magic ink as well. Was it into my book?
Yes.
Oh, right. Oh, that's the really expensive stuff.
Yeah. And like, I might need incense as well.
Genius drop.
Oh yeah, I always had all this stuff provided in like a bag.
Put them here, put them in some
With my dad doing, with Papa doing the same sort of spells, he always just got a double up of his spell components for me. So being out on my own's hard.
It sounds as a lot of new spells and a lot of new things you've been learning as well, so you're going to need a lot of proficiency.
And of course, I'm going to just drink us over.
I've got a scroll as well that I think I could put into my spell book, but it's quite a high level one, so...
I looked that one up, you'll need 300 gold for that.
So I'm going to sort of save that.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what are we doing now?
Right, yes, what we're doing now.
so we can visit one of the many people that we have found out are now related to this incident. What about the little girl? We healed her. That gives us a reason to go back and check.
Well, I needed to go. I was going to go and check up on her anyway.
Yeah.
I was just going to see if there was some, like a guardsman or something going past, so I just wanted to ask one very quick question. It doesn't require someone in authority.
There are a few guardsmen walking past, you could just grab one.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, what can I help you with, dear lady?
I was wondering, we actually brought a prisoner in yesterday. We were wondering, has he been tried? My friend the priest here was asking if he's had his head put in stocks and things are being thrown at him.
Oh, any crimes at the moment are being postponed until this whole debacle with the 7 attacks is dealt with.
Oh, alright.
Any trial he might have, earliest will be won't be for 3 months. So until then, he gets to sit in the cells.
Alright.
We could get a nice stock of tomatoes and other things to fling.
Oh, I wasn't going to say that. It was just that you were asking, Zed.
Yeah, don't worry, Zed, I've got that.
Alright.
I'm sure.
Let me tell you something about him, though, Mr. Guardsman.
Yep.
I very much regret not kicking him out of the wagon when I had the chance.
We threw him.
Oh yeah, we threw him. that was the most satisfying thing I've ever done.
Yeah, you threw him and then picked him back up.
Yeah.
And I said we could have left him there, but then again, it wouldn't be. I think we got sweet poetic justice.
Yeah, we tied him to the back of the wagon.
The thing is, though, he would have made his way back himself and still eventually got captured. It's like Indiana Jones. Indy isn't relevant to the story.
Yeah.
But it was funny to rake them along the coals for a little bit, you know.
So, where are you all headed now?
So we've left the bank. So we need. Do we come to the trinkets place first, or the goldsmith?
From the Lawmaster's office, you can see that going back the way you came, you'll hit the Trinket Shop first.
Let's visit the trinket shop.
If you-
I know Saladin is dying for it.
If you head directly down, though, there is a side street that looks like a few more shops that kind of loop back around. So it's down to the party. I'm just letting you know where things are.
So, Trinket Shop, and take it from there.
All right.
I'm not allowed to see the map, am I?
Well, you guys don't have a map, unfortunately.
No.
I can give you directions from where you are. What were you thinking?
Nothing. I'm trying to work out the best way of doing this without losing time.
Oh.
Basically.
Don't worry, I can
Also-
fast travel you between places.
Roberto.
Those horrible women we met. They have a map in their house. What was their names again, Carl?
Mildred and Ethel.
Yeah, Mildred and Ethel.
Where's Twitch? Yes.
I say to the guardsmen, I wonder if you might know the whereabouts of a Mildred and Ethel.
Those are a pair of farmers, actually, I believe. I think they travel out of Palinor.
Travel out of Palinor, so they don't live here.
No, next city north, from here.
Okay, thank you.
That's not. I don't think that's not on our stop list, is it?
No.
A nudge Narlock and
Could the party just roll intelligence for me on that?
shit.
No.
14.
14 as well?
Okay.
6.
Everyone but Narlock remembers Palinor is on your stop list.
Oh, maybe it is on our stop list.
It is.
Good.
That you have a letter for the mayor of the town from Mayor Lexington.
I think I've got one of the letters. I got the letter for.
You'll have the letter for Palinor or Dale.
I've got it for Goho
Goho is
in Dale.
Yeah, Gobo in Dale. He's at the
Oh,
adventure.
yeah.
Oh, it's Gobo. When I said Goho, I thought it was a district of London.
The only one I have is the letter to Jenny's Jewel and Deal.
Okay. Right. So we'll visit the Trinket Shop first.
Okay, let me just make sure that everyone's got key items, to be honest. Between the party, you should have a letter to the mayor of Dale
Mm-hmm.
and a letter to the mayor of Palinor left.
I don't have those. So who is Gobo? The mayor.
It says in my book that he's a proprietor of the Adventurers Guild there.
That's right, yeah. Gobo is a person, not a city.
Oh, yeah. That's it. That's the mayor. It's Gobo. Was Gobo the mayor? I wasn't sure. So
No. I'll give you the names really quick so you can actually make note of them.
Hang on, here's the thing.
Yeah?
You never said you were giving us letters to all these. You said you were giving us letters to the head of Dale, and we were to go to the other cities, Palinor, Daenathore, Karlach, and Dale,
Yeah.
and to see what they... Yeah.
See what they needed and what they could give.
Yeah.
So I think the letters to the people in Dale were for contacts that Clive had.
Right, if that's the case, I'm really sorry. I've written down that Mayor of Lexington gave you letters. I may not have mentioned it.
All I've got written is take letter to the head of Dale, not to the heads of any of the other cities. So I assumed that Dale, being the capital sort of city, was the only one he had a specific letter for us for. But if it's letters to the other cities as well, that's...
Yeah, I've got it written down here that it's letters. I must have just forgotten to say that in session. I'm really sorry, guys.
No, that's fine, but at least we know now that we're doing that.
Yeah, you've got a letter to... you've given the letter to the headsman / headswoman, as it turned out, of Karlach.
Mm-hmm.
You had a letter for the lawmaster in Daenathore, which you gave yesterday, and a letter for Tilly, which you gave yesterday.
Yeah.
You now have a job in Daenathore, and in Palinor you just have a letter for the mayor.
So we're sort of heading that way because we go through Palinor to get to Dale, right?
To be honest, they go in two opposite directions. It's two opposite ends of the city, of the country, but he asked you to go to both.
Fair enough, right. Right, let's focus on getting this city sorted, then we'll work out from there.
Yeah. I will also say you should also have a letter for Gobo at the Adventurers Guild,
Mm-hmm.
I've got that one.
Yeah.
and a letter for the proprietor of the
Yeah.
Johnny's Jewel,
Yeah. The Johnny's Jewel, Salija Zephos.
Saliva.
Saliva, sorry.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Salija when you said it last, but okay.
Alright, that might have been me just mixing things up. I've got it written down as Saliva.
I sort of nudged Narlock with regards to the house. I'm like, a repeat of last time. I bait them out, and then perhaps we piss in one of their drinking vessels, maybe, where you get them out.
No.
Sorry, and the last thing,
You can't hear us.
the letter for Dale is for the Master of Dale, who
Yeah.
is Barnabas Jacobs.
Have that written down.
Right, so I gave you that name.
Sorry,
Barnabas.
reference overload is firing in my head at the moment.
Wasn't Barnabas one of my characters as well? In
Barnabas? Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey! That was in the Ringcrest one.
Reference overloadus, as you say.
The game that we played with Mr. Merriday and that, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it was Barnabas, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I was Saru. Yay!
Saru, Barnabas, Phineas Merriday, and
Allegra Beaufort.
Yeah.
Lady Beaufort. That's it. Allegra, yeah.
Right, now then, let's try and move on because I sense that we're going to dither otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the party head for the Trinket Shop first, which is Olok's Trinkets and Baubles. Looking into the shop, you see a rather nice 2-story wooden building.
Mm-hmm.
With the front clearly being the shop is the ground floor, and then like a house built on top. And within you can just see jewellery, ornaments, just lots of little baubles and things. If you were guessing people, you'd say this might be a gift shop, like for people who came here, but this doesn't seem like a holiday town. And the pieces look more handcrafted and handmade for actual purposes. As the party enter, there's a little jangle of a bell just above, and a middle to elderly dwarvish man looks up from where he's sat at the counter. You can't tell if he was reading or making something, but he lifts a pair of goggles up from his eyes and says, "Ah, customers! How can I help you today?"
Oh,
What?
go on.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So we just like we are here to ask about about the incidents, aren't we?
Is that this shop? Or I think that might be the other shop.
The goldsmith. Yeah, the gold. There was one in the goldsmith. I wasn't sure if there was one in here because you wanted to check in here. Oh right, we're here to sell.
Yeah.
And the shop.
Customers might be a bit of a strong term. We're really more selling some things.
Oh, adventurers.
Oh, adventurers.
Well, travellers. What have you got? I don't usually trade in very much, except for raw resources. Everything in here is handcrafted by me or my family. But anything that you might have that catches me eye, I might be able to send you in the right direction.
Well, actually, if you say you want raw resources, I'm just going to reach into the bag of holding and pull out the handful of glowstones I put in there. What about these? Would these be of any use for you?
Oh, let's have a look. Not really for me. Those are enchanted glow rocks. Just little chips and pieces. Quite good for lighting the way. But I've got little lanterns for that, dear. Thanks very much, though. Very pretty.
Okay, what about... oh, I've got an incense burner.
Not really my kind of thing.
See, it looks like you've got lots of little trinkets and things. I'm just trying to see what we've got that's trinkety. We've got a ring.
I might be able to take a look at a ring.
It's just a gold ring.
As he touches, he kind of jolts his away. Ah! That's a cursed ring, that is!
What?
Well,
What?
Hey! Did none of you cast Detect Magic, or,
Well,
check things like that?
well, I think...
Didn't anyone do that?
I got Arcana.
I've got it. So I've got it as a level 1 spell, and I've still got a spot. Okay, so I just waved my hand over it.
As you cast Detect Magic, your hand wavers over it, and you can see the glow coming off it. The ring is magical. And at the same time, you also see a glow coming from the bag of holding at Seladine's hip. Not the bag, something within the bag.
So, Celadine, something's glowing in there. Can I reach in and take it out?
Okay, open up the neck of
So I'm guessing I'm the only one who can see it.
Yeah. Reaching in, you call for the thing that is magical, and you pull the long sword out that you put in there last session. Sorry, the session before last. It's magical.
Does it tell me what kind of magic? I think that's what the spell does.
Detect Magic would tell you what school of magic it is. You can detect that the ring is necromancy.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh, it requires the use of a holy symbol. Okay, yep.
Oh, yeah, you've got a holy symbol, but you've also got your great sword, which also counts.
Yeah, so this is dark. I dropped the sword.
No, the sword's not cursed. The ring is necromantic.
But this... Oh, right, so this is detect... Okay, so...
It's detected magic on both things that you didn't previously know were magic.
So... Okay, so this is magic. I'm not holding the long sword, but... And this... I... Pardonnez-moi. I... Draw out a small... a piece of fabric and just wrap the ring in it.
Okay.
This will need... This is dark magic. It'll need to be purified.
Oh.
Not the
Can
first.
I slip it into a belt in... Do you mind if I keep hold of this?
Absolutely not, if you're happy to carry it.
If it's cursed, keep it away from me.
Best to keep it with the person... Best to keep it with the one who deals with divine magic, I believe. So I slip it into a pocket while it's wrapped up.
Okay.
My apologies for that. We were not aware.
It's alright. If none of you have the ability to identify magic items, I'd recommend you take it to, I'd recommend you take it to Daenathore. Him and his daughter might be able to identify it for you.
Here we go.
So what kind of trinkets does this
I'm just getting you what a sword is very, very quickly. Very sorry.
Oh, it's alright. So can I at least detect what that is?
You
If
can
it's-
detect that it is magical.
If
And
it's something that gives the weapon power, it's generally the School of Enchantment.
Yeah, in which case it would be, yeah. That's the problem. It doesn't say what schools of magic the enchantments are.
So D&D is generally only got a few. It's got Abjuration, Enchantment, Evocation, Necromancy, Illusion.
Yeah, it's got about as many as the Elder Scrolls.
One apple,
Yeah.
one strawberry. I haven't opened the apple one, so yeah, I've got one.
You probably won't be interested in sword, you know, trinkets and gifts there sort of place.
You know, I'm
That's fine. It's fine.
Capable of using a weapon, so if no one wants the long sword, after we find out what it is, if no one would mind if I could use it, but we need to figure out what it does first.
The thing is, you've already got a +3 scimitar.
But it would be handy to know what else we have.
Yes.
Yeah. Conjuration, Summoning, Divination. Oh, good old Divination. I love that school. I always used to take it in 3.5 because it was the only one that meant you didn't have a forbidden school.
Yeah. If you are still wondering about selling things, I'd be happy to look over a few things.
see if there's nothing I can take on. At least if you look new in town, so I'm happy to direct you to where someone might be able to buy it off you.
I'll just reach slowly into the bag of holding and pull out one of the chess pieces. Well, we have this, and we may actually know where we can get a few more of these.
Ooh,
It's a very pretty little statue.
it is. That looks like it's part of a chess set.
Oh, do you think so? That
think
would
so.
explain why there was that many of them.
Well, I don't really deal in gold or silver or anything like that, except in like for the raw sense. I would say you'd probably get the best price over at the Ravens.
Seems fair. Put it
Da-da-da-da.
back into the bag. Sweet, not stupid. By the way, can you tell us the value of this enormously expensive item we're carrying around?
As Saladin's doing this, I'm looking between the shelves, just examining some of the pieces. Being very careful, because I realise that a half-orc in a place like this is like a bull in a china shop.
I will say, as you cast Detect Magic on the room, you do know that everything in the room has a little bit of magic in it. Not very powerful, just a little bit. That said, you can detect there's something with a lot of magic behind the counter, probably in a back room.
So forgive me, Master Dwarf, but is there something... I'm detecting a certain amount of power in the back room. Are you working on something special?
Oh no, that's just a special item that I managed to get hold of at one point. If you're interested, I'm happy to show you.
Well, I am interested. Please, could I see it?
He wanders into the back room and then comes out a few minutes later with a small jewellery box. And when he opens it up, you can detect the magic coming off this. I bought this off a travelling merchant just a few months ago. Said it was a ring of spell storage. Very useful for a travelling mage or a cleric. So, out of RP, ring of spell storage means that you can store a spell slot in it.
What level?
Any. You choose the level. Basically, if you have a spell slot level, you could basically sacrifice one from your day to put it into the ring, and that's an extra spell slot that you could use on a different day.
Nice.
Or same day.
So it locked it in permanently until it's used.
Yeah. And it's not locking in the spell, it's locking in the spell slot.
What cost were you thinking for that?
This one, what's that? One second.
Switching a pencil.
Switching.
Also, a quick out of character thing. How many rings do you allow a character to wield?
I don't think there's a rule for attunement in 1E, but I will apply it.
Oh no, it's not the rule of attunement, it's the rule of how many... Because you know in games like Skyrim and that, you have a ring slot of only one per hand.
Oh yeah, that's stupid. You can have as many rings as you have fingers. In fact, you can have multiple rings on one finger.
More than one in Skyrim?
You can only wear two, I think.
I thought you could only wear one.
Oh, it varies on the RP, because I know in World of Warcraft you can wear two.
Like nose piercing, etc. Could you not wear a ring through that?
Skyrim?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Okay.
Can you not wear two?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm already wearing one ring, aren't I?
Safe.
Spell story.
Yeah, I've got the ring of Featherfall on me.
Yeah. Oh, this one I couldn't let go for less than 30,000 gold.
But understandable. I'm afraid that's a little out of my price range, but thank you for showing me.
Well, if you ever manage to get the money, it's right here if you want it. Any of my other odds and ends I could interest you in? I've got a
Do you have any
necklace.
stories?
you have any storage bags?
Storage bags.
Oi.
What kind? Are you just thinking like a little pouch or something that can carry a bit more than you think?
I'd rather go a bit incognito with funds, let's say. I'd rather people not be able to something that might muffle the sound.
So you're talking about a coin purse that... I think I might have something. One moment. And he darts into the back very quickly.
If we're looking around this shop, can I just be looking, see if there's anything like something little pretty, maybe with a sort of vaguely dragony motif?
There are a few bits and pieces. There's lots of little intricate things. It's lots of necklaces, rings. There are dragon motifs here and there. You make out one that looks like it's made of bone. That's meant to look like it's the head of Lady Ixon.
Oh, that seems a little sacrilegious.
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 There you go.
It's sacrilegious. Is there a tiara in there in the form of a dragon?
A tiara? No, that's again too big for this place. Everything in here is like rings, necklaces.
We are talking gift shop wear, aren't we?
You're talking gift shop where everything in here is a very minor magical enchantment on it. Things like you see something labelled a necklace of forgetfulness to help you remember what you forgot. It's that sort of level.
Oh, make sure you don't wake up with one of those. Especially in Tilly's place.
No, it's a necklace that helps you remember things you forgot.
Oh.
It's a remember all.
Yeah, but actually fucking works.
Sorry, but when you said necklace of forgetfulness, it's kind of it's like you filled it with river leafy water.
Okay, and he comes back out. I've got a few things that might interest you, lad. I've got a few of these lying around, and he sets about 2 or 3 different versions of the bag of holding on the table, including one of which is about the size of a coin purse. Now that one can carry up to £100, that smaller one.
Okay.
I've got one even smaller that can carry up to £50 in weight, so you're getting quite small on that one. The £50 one I can let go for about 3,000 gold. That one it'd have to be about 7. They are quite big enchantments.
Excuse me, Mr. Orloff. You've got a nice little necklace here. Does it say forgetfulness on the label?
That's right, helps you remember what you forgot.
I'll tell you what, I don't have the money right now, but when I do, I will come back for it.
Absolutely, I've got plenty in the back room.
How much is the necklace of forgetfulness?
About 20 gold.
Just what a Glinda's tagged everyone in.
Oh yeah, saw that. It is not what you think.
Yeah, someone's built a 4,000 degree plasma lightsaber in real
Oh,
life.
bloody hell.
Oh, yeah.
No, essentially what they have done is they have plugged a big massive pipe into the bottom of a blowtorch they're able to extend to about 3 feet long.
What's the easiest way of doing this? Because I'm sure some of that copper and silver should add up to that as well.
My complete tangent.
You've got enough for 2 silver. You've got enough there for about 10 gold between all that.
So then I could just give him almost loose change.
You could give him the loose change and 2 platinum pieces, and that would cover it.
Oh, but I've already got 10 gold, and he said it's only 20.
Oh yeah, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, it's 20 gold.
Oh.
So you give him everything except for the platinum pieces, and that's it.
That would do it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Just I'm trying to get rid of all this loose change. So
That's all right.
yeah, I'll have the necklace of forgetfulness. Thank you.
Okay, so if you, from this point forward, while wearing it, if you forget a key detail of story, I will remind you.
Thank you.
Cool. Good sir, don't suppose there might be any accessories which could be beneficial to a bard, such as myself?
I'm sure I've got a necklace. I'm sure I've got a ring of disease warding.
Oh, I suppose those figures don't get manky.
That's one.
That's there's a possibility. Is there anything that could improve performance? Not like that, when I look at Narlock.
For something like that, you'd be looking for something much higher enchantment than I do, lad.
How much is this ring of disease ward?
About 50 gold. It's disease warding. I will warn you that right now.
Warding.
It's not a guarantee, but it does give you a bonus.
I say, if it's a standard size ring, here's a half elf, you could use it. It's a halfling, you could use it like that.
I mean, I've already got pretty good saving throws as it is anyway, so maybe I'll just give that a miss for now, good sir. But maybe in future I shall think about it.
Not a problem.
I speak in thieves' cant. Anything that might ponder the tippy top of my wakeboard?
Another tippy tap on my way. I am learning Cockney rhyming slang, so
And anything that might make it a bit easier for me to sneak.
he gestures at you for 1 second and goes, I might have something. And he reaches under the counter and pulls out a it looks like a pair of earrings, from what you can tell. And he hands you a note with what they do, being a bit shifty.
Okay. So yeah, I'm peering among the shelves in the meantime. Do I spot what I asked for?
Yes, you do.
And the environment necklace. My
What?
last and the dragon one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just layering them.
Yeah. Don't like mollymocking how many necklaces he wore.
They're on his horns.
Yeah, but he wore them around his neck as well.
What are they made from?
You can't tell if it's wood or bone.
Say good sir, how much for these?
Those, 5 gold.
I'll take it. I place a platinum piece on the counter.
Thank you muchly.
There's a lot of fireworks going off.
They've stopped here for now. Although it has been raining pretty hard here today.
There's really loud ones here.
So how's it been up where you are?
I did piss it down a bit earlier, yeah.
How much, fine, sir?
200 gold.
Can you still afford it?
I can.
Alright. Okay. So, is that the party done in this place?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, let's see. So that's going to. Okay, yeah, I hand over a pouch. This should cover it.
Yeah, it does. As long as you take that money off. Yeah?
Yeah.
If you are trying to deceive him, I will require a deception check.
You know what, I'll give it a shot.
You're gonna give it a shot.
Oh,
Oh no.
13.
You managed to get away underpaying him 5 gold pieces.
That's alright, yeah.
Sneaky.
Okay, so where should we head to now?
Shall we head to the gold? Shall we check on the young lady while we're here? It's right across the street.
Oh, thank you.
It is right across.
It's directly across. Basically, you walk past the well, and it's there. They're like at northwest and southeast of each other of the main square.
Is the shop open or is it closed?
The shop is open.
Is it?
It doesn't look like many people inside, but it's open.
I step inside.
It's you four! Is the shout that comes from the back room. You see the dwarven man in what you saw yesterday is like a kitchenette area. And you can see sat in the dining chair, kind of looking out, is the young girl.
Oh.
They're the ones that helped, aren't they, Papa?
I'm glad to see you're doing better.
We're doing all right now. I mean, hopefully. Books in wrong places. Hopefully, me dear Fiala will. They'll find out what's wrong with her, and then she'll come home soon.
Is she? Ah, yes. We actually came. Well, but first we want to make sure that everything was okay, that there was no adverse effects.
Having a quick look over the young girl, you see that what wounds she did have, you were able to knit together very well, and she looks well. She looks ill, but almost tired. Not. She looks a lot better than she did. You managed to help her quite a bit.
Yes, you should be fine. Just take plenty of rest and drink plenty of water.
Thank you, Father. I will. I just wanted to be downstairs and see people.
Understandable. Yeah, White Wolf, bless you, child. Yeah, we step back out into the shop. So, she will be well. Just needs some rest.
The old dwarf takes your hand and shakes it quite aggressively for a moment, and then as he takes his hand away, you can see there's a small pouch of gold in your hand. Just to thank you, Father.
Oh, please. That's very kind of you, sir. But do I accept it?
Except it's not accepting charity, it is payment for services due.
Within is 15 gold pieces. It's not a fortune. It's just a thank you.
That is most kind of you. Thank you. Saladin?
Well, actually, I've sort of got a bit of business, and I'd certainly like to have a quick word with, is it Ciala? Your daughter?
You see her kind of like, yes, what can I help with?
Well, it's just we were talking with some other people who saw what happened with your friend Rondella.
Oh, she's not my friend, she's Mama's friend.
Oh, yes, your mother's friend. You don't happen to know, probably a very strange question you might know, do you know where your mother and Rondella and perhaps Grey and Tia might have met? We understand they knew each other.
Yeah, Mama took me out for shopping and we all met at the well, and we went to a couple of shops together and that was it. Then we came home and then what happened.
So you all met at the well?
Yes.
Do you remember anything else while you were there?
Not really. I mean, we all stopped, had a drink, and then we went on. We went to Olok's, and we went by the gnome shop, and that was about it.
Have a drink at the well.
Yes. Everyone does.
You've not been feeling... Well, no, obviously you've been feeling ill.
You said a drink at the well.
Yes.
Where is this?
It's just outside, isn't it?
Yep, that's the one, the main well.
And what was this other shop? So you went to Olok's. What was the other shop?
Her father talks on, and she some people call it the gnome shop around town. Not many people go there unless they've got something they need. It's called the Tinkers and Trade. They're a bit weird.
Isn't that the magic shop?
No, the only magic shop in town is Takeron.
Mm.
Got some ideas starting to form up, but I don't think there's anything else I need to ask. Is there anything else we need to ask her?
No. No, I don't think so.
What time of day did your mum start attacking you, and did she say anything, or?
I kind of shoot him a kind of a...
The girl looks a bit shocked by the question. Could you roll your charisma? If you have persuasion or persuasion. It's not really persuasion. It's more eloquence, to be honest.
Okay, I kind of give my fire pat and I'm getting Tibbles to go and give her some comfort. Just nuzzle and
Nice
just
doggy.
be playful.
Yeah, he does that. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. I can say that's a normal animal handling check. That you spent a day working with him, so yeah, a few basic commands.
What do you want me to add to this?
Do you have a persuasion skill?
Yes.
Add that.
And nat 20.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
They always turn up for you, don't they?
Lucky.
They do, don't they? All right. She looks a bit nervous, but you kind of just managed to calm her down just a little bit. She goes, no, I was making tea when we came home, and just a pot. We were waiting for Daddy to come home as well, and then everything went black. And then I remember waking up with all of you.
Okay. I know that was a horrible question. I'm just sort of, if it happened to the same people, if we can find out what time it happened, I want to be able to rule out magic intervention, that maybe a spell was cast at that moment on certain people.
Time. Okay.
Did you drink the tea?
We didn't even get to drink the tea. I was only just making it. In terms of time, it was maybe mid-afternoon. I didn't know anything about Rondella's attack until someone told me, and from what I understand, that happened in the late evening.
One slightly odd question, and your papa might be able to answer this better than you. Very insensitive question. Your wife's age?
Oh, my Fiala. Do you want it in dwarf or in common? A bit difficult on that one. She is a dwarf woman, I will say that.
Let's have it in common, because I'm just starting to put an idea together here.
In common, my Fiala, she'd be in her probably about mid-30s, early 40s. About 200. Pretty sure that's middle age for a dwarf.
The dwarves live slightly longer than humans.
So much
Think-
longer.
Yeah, it's how much longer?
It's about,
They've actually changed it between the generations.
I think dwarves live to about 150 years, I think it is.
It's more than that.
Yeah, it's about 6 years to every human year.
Hang on then, hang on a minute. I'd need to... Okay, thought. She just specifically said that they all met and had a drink at the well, but she had a drink there as well, and it can't just be that because nothing has happened to her beyond she's been attacked. So maybe it's something to do with being female and a certain age, and something maybe to do with the well. Because
she didn't go. She didn't. But the young girl. That's possible. So the young girl didn't go. She attacked us? But was she attacked after she blacked out, or?
that's just it.
The other thing are the animals as well.
Yeah. I'm wondering. Okay, maybe I'm being stupid. Do you think it could be something to do with being childbearing age? Because.
Oh, Jenny, I think you're onto something.
Because the young girl here just said she drank some of the water, but nothing. She didn't go mental.
Something you may have just come onto something here. Did the rest of those women have children?
But it doesn't necessarily mean they have to have. Do they? Do they have to have had? They don't necessarily have to have had children. Just be of a certain age.
We could still check about the animals if they've got an idea of their age, if they did bear children, or if they could potentially.
Because an animal, it only has to be about a year old at most to be able to start reproducing. I think.
It's been able to affect animals and other people, so it's a common ingredient which affect. It's an ingredient which has a linked effect, or whatever it is.
I didn't think to ask how old Rondella was. So
Okay.
There's the magic shop, the daughter there. She's one of the ones who. Is she one of the ones who attacked? Theron's daughter.
She did not attack anyone
So why have I got a name written down?
because she was one of the people that met up with the other three. The other three all attacked people.
Right, okay. Hang on,
Okay.
she met up with them. We assume that she's. I don't know. It could be something to do with age. It's definitely something to do with being female.
So,
Something which was specifically targeted towards females, and this is animals included as well. So it could be a specific age, could be obviously we've got the gender.
Sorry for interrupting. Just on a subject we were talking about a second ago. Dwarves live to be 500 years old.
So 200 would be roughly the 30s, yeah.
Yep, middle aged. Keep that open because that is, yeah.
Well, a bit younger than middle aged, but.
She's about 220 according to him, which is right in middle aged.
Didn't realise 35 was middle aged.
It's not that. She's 200, which I plugged it between 35 to early 40s. And actually at 220 should be early middle age.
Doesn't matter too much anyway. Right, made a note of that. Oh, actually, I could deal with the business part as well.
Oh, of course, we're open for business.
We were told that you might be interested in possibly purchasing some things.
I'm always happy for customers, especially ones that help me out. Anything I can do, I will do.
Well, again, doing the thing with taking out one piece of the chess set. We may have some more of these, but I wondered if you knew what it was and roughly how much it's worth.
Well, on its own, not really a lot, to be honest. Looks like one single piece to a whole set. I'm assuming it's the King's Gold set. Almost only like 500 were made under the direction of the artist. Each one probably goes for, nice rough estimate, about 10,000 gold. But only if you've got the whole set. Individual pieces, you only get the gold weight.
Of course. And of course, you'd know the name of the artist. I'm just checking to see if he's not going to try and fleece us here.
I believe the artist's name is something Kit.
I did write
Sure,
it down.
that's the name, because that's actually important.
Hang on. Yes, it is something, Kit.
Yeah.
It's not Eartha Kit, is it?
No. Raven.
Raven
Oh.
Kit.
Oh yeah, you spelt it differently to how I spelt it. That's why.
Well, I'm sorry.
Phonetics.
Oh yeah, that's Raven Kit. Similar spelling to my own name, but his is the first and mine's the last.
Would this be something you'd be interested in purchasing, or indeed could afford to purchase, I suppose?
Afford? Yeah. Yeah, if you've got the whole set, I'd be happy to buy it off you for let's see, I could easily make. I'll be completely honest with you because you've done me some good favors already. I'd happily take it off your hands right now for 8,000. I'll make a profit on them about 4,000, but I've got to make a profit.
Let's say some of the supporting stars, but yeah.
Yep,
You have to buy.
inside Narlock's head, there's just fireworks going off, and he's going.
Just
You're not going to mention the rental floors, are you?
let me quickly confer with the rest of my group. One moment.
Are you trying not to make the dollar signs appear in your eyes?
What do you guys think? I'm not very good at negotiating, so
Yeah, and I certainly wouldn't want to try and press especially.
I am very good at negotiating, Celadine, and I can tell you, take the deal.
you think so? I mean, it all gets split. It gets split between
very
us.
good old weapons here.
It is a good deal.
All right. Okay.
Sort of me, Homer Simpson style voice. Take the money, 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 take the money.
All right. Turn back to him then. Mr. Raymond, we'd be happy to accept that.
That's funny.
Fantastic. I'll just get the money for you.
There's no chance he could deposit it directly into our bank account. Oh, actually, no, because then my friend Narlock would want his share as well.
You can transfer 6,000 over to the bank account and just give me the 2.
Yes, actually, is there any chance you could deposit it straight to our bank account for us? That'd be much easier than us trying to carry that much money around.
Absolutely. I'll have a check sent over right away.
It's for Leyspark. No, sorry, Brightson, Leyspark, and Zed.
Yep.
Must remember alphabetical.
So that's 6,000 divided by 5.
No, 6.
Yeah, 6,000 divided by 5 is 1,250.
5.
Ooh.
Sorry, 4. Yeah, 5 divided by 5 into platinum. Gold to platinum.
It's going to be 120 platinum.
Nice.
No, sorry, no, 1,200 platinum. Sorry,
1,200. Yeah, 1,200.
Yeah. And then,
And you get 2,000 gold pocket.
or 400 platinum.
I can give you in platinum if you want.
Yeah, that would be easier. A lot easier to carry around.
Just doing a very quick sum up. Well, that pen just broke. At the table, very quickly, Dudley, could you roll me a d6? And Zed, could you roll me a d8? And Dudley, could you pass me that pen, please?
There we go. Here's the red one.
His pen was so excited. it
Table.
exploded.
3.
Yeah, I'll
Look
go
like
back.
doing it higher than a 4.
3.
Okay, 4.
5. Constitution is at 16.
Add 6 hit points. And Zed,
Oh wow.
add 7 hit points.
You two just leveled up.
Mid-game. So, you are finished at Ravens, Jewelers, and Goldsmiths.
Oh, just before we leave, I will ask him, could he tell me directions to the magic and bookshop so that I'm not getting lost again?
Absolutely. So you go back towards Orlex. Orlox, sorry. Orlock. And you go back past the Lawmaster, and you go straight on as if you're about to leave, heading for Pelennor.
Oh, it's right
And-
at the Eastern Gate then.
Directly, about halfway, directly opposite the guards' barracks and training ground.
Alright.
And
need to touch the
prison.
Eastern Gate anyway, because there's the shrines there.
Okay, so that, yeah, and you wanted to visit the shrine in that direction as well?
The shrine is at the east gate. You guys are talking about going west.
We could always go split, I mean, we're in a town, so...
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to think of it. Yeah, so thank you for your time. So thank you for your time today, and please make sure the young one gets some rest.
Thank you very much, and thank you all for all the help you're doing.
So yeah, mutter a quick blessing and I leave. But before I leave, I head to the well, I draw up some water, and I fill a vial full.
Okay.
I turn to the party. Don't I suppose. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. It looks like clear water to you. That's all.
I got extra abilities this time. Detect magic, detect charm.
Sorry, I remember you going to say
Alright.
that.
Because if I try detect charm, that's a second level spell, but it might sacrifice a spell slot.
Something I can try, but I don't know it would work. I could try using extrapolate, but I think that I don't know if that would work.
Yeah, it would have to be detect magic. Detect charm detects whether a person or monster is under a spell. So can I just try and detect magic on the water?
Absolutely. That's a level 1 spell slot, yeah?
Yeah. So this is the second one. The first one was done in the shop. Yeah. It still means I can heal. That means I can still heal the Lawmaster.
There is no magic in the water.
So clearly it wasn't. So clearly it wasn't done by magical means through the water. They all drank from the well. I'll have it checked. I'll probably have it checked. Is there I wonder if there's an alchemist in this town. They might be able to test it to see if the water has been poisoned.
Saladin, you had an idea?
I could try well, have you got an idea? Because you're...
Do yours first, because this just might be a throwaway spell, but I want to try something.
Well, as a cantrip, I can do extrapolate, which the exact wording is I can work out roughly what something is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hand her the vial.
Yeah.
As you cast the spell, illusionary forms start to appear in the air. First, water, ordinary drinking water, as you'd expect. Bit of grit and grime, but very little, which is quite surprising.
Water.
And one thing that you don't recognise. You don't know what it is. There is a third ingredient in there, but you don't recognise it. So you don't... There's no smell difference. There's no sight difference. There's no difference to it at all. But there is an extra ingredient in there that you don't recognise.
It's well water. It's nice well water, but there's something else in there. I don't think.
I had a suspicion based upon what the young girl said. Maybe we should take it to an alchemist if there's one in the town.
I'm afraid this is not my specialty, this kind of place, but Roberto, have you got anything to try on it?
Well, the only thing I was thinking about doing, dear fellow, was one of my new abilities. I can purify water, because if the water is then purified, that means that there were other things in the water to begin with.
So
But-
I can also do that, but if you fancy a go.
The thing is, Celadine's already figured out there's something else in the water, so that's the thing.
I can't tell if it's poison or... It might just be newts. It might be mashed up newt.
I approach one of the town. I'm guessing there's a couple of the watchmen wandering around, or general.
Oh yeah, this place appears to have a very good guard rotation.
So I step up to one to go. Excuse me, watchman. Do you happen to know if there's an alchemist in the town?
No professional alchemist, but if you're looking for someone who knows anything about that sort of thing, I recommend that you go to I can remember the name. Daenathore and Sons. Him and his daughter quite good when it comes down to the arcane. I think they stock a few potions. Don't know if they make them.
It's worth a gander. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So, can you tell me where they're located? Sorry.
Just west, heading out of the city. You go past the Lawmaster's office about halfway, directly opposite the guardhouse.
Excellent. Thank you. So, I need to. So, I hand the vial to Celadine. Would you mind taking care of that? There's some business I need to attend to at the east gate.
Of course, I'll take it and see if the maid knows anything about it.
Okay, so who's going with who? Is there more split party or?
Where are you going to?
I'm heading to the east gate, so I need to visit the shrine of Fenris Sulphur.
I'll go with Celadine.
I'll be with Celadine as well.
Okay, we will sort out Zed first then, because yours is closer.
Yeah.
So, heading east, out of the city, go mostly through what looks like open field either side of the road before you get to the wall. This city looks like, although it's probably got a pretty okay population, it looks like mostly open space and grasslands, not too overly built.
Mm-hmm.
And as you reach the eastern wall, there are stalls either side of the wall that look like just a few people selling odds and ends, some rations of meat that you might be able, things that you might need that you might have forgotten before leaving the city, basically.
How convenient.
As you leave the city wall, you see to your left a very large inn. It looks like it took a bit of damage in the attack, but they've quickly rebuilt. You see the sign hanging over the top, swinging in the slow wind, reads the... Oh, there it is. The Bloody Lady Inn appears to be the name.
Oh my. I'm not jumping on that out of character.
And the image that is embossed into the wood and then painted, it looks very high craftsmanship, whatever this is, appears to be a very large, not exactly fat, but just very large woman in a typical tavern owner's white scarf. In one hand she's holding a frying pan and the other a giant two-headed axe, and at her feet there are just heads of bandits.
Ooh.
Nice.
To the right you can actually see the shrine to Fenris Sulphur. Looks mostly well maintained. There may be a few people here who worship, or at least pray to him for safe travels into the forests.
So, I step inside.
Oh, it's not a temple, it's a road shrine.
Oh, it's one of those. A small. I'm assuming that it's possibly the inn that takes care of it. It's...
Possibly. There isn't a priest looking after it. Basically, it's this stone relief of a large wolf that appears to be looking down, and where you would kneel to pray or give tribute, the nose is looking down, so the tip of the nose would be almost touching the back of your head while praying.
Okay. So I kneel down and pray. I set a bottle of ale, the money given by the shop owner, in the pouch, and some of the jerky that I've still got. It's still good. It's still good.
Alright, so a good tribute, yeah.
Yep. 2 portions of the boar should do. I still got beef and elk. Wow, that was it. Cookie was really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I lay them down and I pray, and consecrate the shrine, do all the blessings that I would as a priest of Fenris Sulphur.
Right, I will send you a message very quickly, and then I'll return to the others, and you may rejoin the party afterwards. Yeah?
Okie dokie.
We rejoin the peanut gallery.
Yeah, pretty much.
I really like the Leyspark on the dice, they're so pretty.
Colour almost kind of matches the Prosecco.
Hmm.
Almost. It just blends nicely.
Woo, pretty. I have actually filled the gargantuan dice bag as well. I can't quite shut it properly anymore.
No more dice can go in, there's no more room at the inn.
This is a very dire problem because I can't stop getting more dice. It's a compulsion.
The dire problem is that there's not enough dice in this world.
Yes.
When we say want all the dice, we want all the dice, but there's never enough.
Okay, to the rest of the party.
Yes.
In the time it takes for Zed to head east out of the side gates and deal with his own prayers and everything, you have all made it to Telephon's. What Telephon? Daenathore, thank you. Why the hell did I pick a name so hard for me to remember? So, Daenathore. So the sign outside says Daenathore and Sons, with the S scratched out, shoppy, with 2 P's and an E.
Ah, the old tiny shop.
Yes. Looking inside, you see a very well-stocked bookshop. And as the 3 of you walk inside, you see it has a few people wandering around, not very many, but a few. And at the counter there is a short, particularly elderly looking, not like venerably ancient, but a bit older than you might expect to be running a shop, human woman, who is currently being assisted in restocking the shelves with a very young looking half-elf boy. When I say very young looking, he's about your age.
Okay.
So, early 20s if we were relating this to human.
Mm-hmm. So many books. No. Jobs first, then books. Jobs first, then books. So you said there's
2 people working.
2 people working.
A very late middle-aged to early elderly woman. She's got wispy grey hair, and is basically just sat down. She's got a cane nearby that she clearly uses to walk.
Okay. She looks old and wise, so I shall go and speak to her.
Okay.
Excuse me, miss, madam?
Hey! She holds up She holds up one of those ear trumpets.
Oh, hello! Hello. I'm lifting my voice a little now. I was wondering if you could tell me, does this shop supply inks, ink, paper?
Microphone a bit forward. Sorry, you're gonna turn to me so make sure it still gets caught.
Ink and paper at all for spell books?
Oh, spells! You'll want to see my husband.
Oh, all right, yes.
You're looking for... We only stock regular books, dear. If you want spells and that sort of thing, head through those doors. You'll meet my Tetheron.
Oh, okay, I see.
Begging your pardon, but
Hey!
do you happen to sell any books of sheet music at all, so I could learn a larger selection to perform in front of people?
James, see to these lot, will you? They want some sheep music.
Black sheep.
He turns. The young half-elf boy goes,
I'm a rainbow sheep now.
"You're looking for some sheet music, yes?
Yes.
Sorry about my mother."
Yes, please, that's quite alright.
All right. Yeah, I can stop. We have a few bits and pieces, no problem.
Any recommendations of any particularly well-known pieces that will get the crowd going?
Sorry, I'm not particularly musical myself.
That's quite alright.
You have to physically ask someone, or are you actually looking?
I'm just looking.
You're just looking.
I know what I've worked in a bookshop, so I can find these. If it's got any kind of organisational system.
Give me a roll.
On the D20?
Yes.
That's a 14.
They have been restocking the shelves, doing what looks like a mass inventory from what you can tell. But you do find one or two of those books a bit further in the back.
Okay.
Here we go. Here we go. You find 50 Shades of God by L.J. Eames.
Right. I shouldn't have bothered asking, should I? Don't know why I bothered trying to be subtle.
I don't know why. Yeah.
I think because everyone else keeps sending you messages and you're managing to be subtle for them, so...
Well, there's a difference between what you're looking... Because that's the thing. What you're looking for is in a shop and very physical and large. That appears to be about it. There are other books.
Well, I did also say I wouldn't mind looking for books about kobolds and goblins.
You did. That's the first book that you find. And to be honest, you're actually in that section, which is why I even mentioned it in the first place. You find a few books on kobold genealogy, in the sense of like how they're expected to be around.
Okay.
For some reason, actually looking, that's why, to be honest, you don't really know why that book was in this section. You don't know why these books are in that section. Like I said, they're doing a mass inventory sort. So as you kind of pulled that first book down, you saw the word God, thought goblin, and basically others fell as well. And it's in sort of the non-humanoid section.
Oh, I see, okay.
So you find a few copies of How to Spot a Mimic for Dummies, which you already have a copy of.
Already got a copy of that.
And they've also got a book called What to Do with Shed Skin, Belts and Armour for Reptile Owners. A few things like that.
Okay, so did you say there's a kobold genealogy book?
Yes, about sporadic spread, things like that.
I realised why there's fireworks going off.
What's that?
It's Diwali.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god, we're stupid.
Narlock, are there any books that you're looking for?
Yeah, I'm going to look, but I'm not going to ask. See if I can find anything on the art of pickpocketing.
Give me a roll.
It's not like in Skyrim where there's a book that's literally called Thief.
Okay, what am I rolling?
Just roll a d20.
13.
Book of How Not to Get Caught.
You managed to find two books that when you looked initially thought they were about thievery. The first one you find is The Midnight Thief by A. LeBlanc.
Okay.
It appears to be a novel. The second one you pull out, you quickly realise what it is, but you don't have enough time to hide it away before someone else sees the title. You two can play out who sees it. The title of the book is The Thief of My Heart.
by Lucy Longlowbeard.
Oh.
I'm getting lots of books on kobolds and goblins. I want to try and help their lot back in. Are you alright, Narlock?
Nothing.
Is it one of those books? The books that belong behind one of your curtains in the library?
Well, like I said, this section, it looks like they're doing a lot of reshelving and reorganising. So the books are kind of just put where they are at the moment. Which is why you have a situation where you might pull down a book about thievery and find one which is an erotic novel. Which is exactly what just happened.
No,
Or you are looking for something about racial or something and pull down a parody of 50 Shades of Grey, but better because it's about goblins.
no, can I just see that very quickly? What you got?
Yeah, help yourself.
So,
If you want it.
Fuck it, sign up for the journey.
Okay then. The book appears to be about a stalwart young dwarven thief who sneaks into his lord's house hoping to make a quick, easy money to leave, at which point he sees the young lady of the house undressing, and now he can't stop returning.
I think I might get this, actually. Thanks, Sherlock.
Cal, was it
No, there's
lady
someone
or
else on the
woman?
road.
Huh?
Was it lady or woman, the place?
The bloody.
Oh, the Bloody Lady. The Bloody Lady Inn.
That sounds so wrong, what I just said.
Okay, no worries. I'll get back to you in just a minute, yeah?
Yep.
So the rest of the party are here. So you're buying your stack?
Yeah. Do we have to buy them here, or are we allowed to go to the magic shop? Is it buy them now and it's two separate shops, or are they the same shop? So
The young man kind of looks at his mum and goes, if you just leave them on the side, I'll make sure they're stacked up for you. Go see my dad and then you can come out.
oh, thank you. What's the damage?
All those books together, let's have a look. You've got...
I've got 3.
I'm actually passing you a note, because that was kind of the point. That wasn't... Yeah.
What?
I need to pass you a note.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. There you go. So you've got those 4, if you want that one as well.
Oh yeah, yes I do.
Yep, there you go.
Hey, let's be fair, that 40 is the funnest thing I've ever had.
And then you... and then you wanted that one. It'll be 5 gold for you, sir, and 4 books discount. 15 gold for you.
Me.
Yeah.
Oh, was there a music book I don't think I hold of?
Oh, yeah, the music sheet. Tell you what, drop another 5 gold and I'll get fare back for you. Got
I
it.
know he's not, I know he's
Yeah.
a dog, I know why, I thought he was a wolf.
He's a husky.
Shit, throw one.
No, because you're always saying the wolves know what you did.
Yeah, the wolves know what you did!
That's why I thought Tibbles was a wolf.
Still one of my best quotation today.
That would be 3 platinum.
Yeah, I paid that.
Brilliant.
We do need to get you a T-shirt that says "The wolves know what you did."
I have said if I ever start like selling T-shirts or buttons on my YouTube, that's gonna be like one of the first ones made.
So if you want me to say, but I got a button press. If you want them,
Or the wolves know what you did. Yes,
I
yes.
haven't
fuck
actually
you.
used it since Alcon. What? Don't remember. I made all of these button designs. The gravity falls, the squads of the Gote 13, all of that.
Oh yeah.
I did a lot of MLP stuff as well. I think I gave you a rarity badge saying fabulous.
Yes, you did.
Yes, that's somewhere in the Alcon
Yeah.
memory box.
I'm just going to go toilet really quick, call a short break, and then we will come back to Celadine, Narlock, and Roberto, and then we'll jump to Zed. Yeah?
mage
the
shop.
mage shop now. So we'll sort that out, and then I'll move back to Nick, and hopefully you guys can play enough pieces to get it to work out.
Wandering into the major shop.
Alright. Hardly wandering in, basically you walk through a door and you're literally inside it. It's quite small, quite pokey, about half the size of the bookshop. And every wall is full of alchemical equipment making its runs. There are
Lots of shoes with
staves.
water in them. Sorry.
It's alright. There are staves, scepters, skulls, gemstones, everything you can imagine in a wizard's laboratory. And currently stood on a stepladder is a very slender, very young-looking man with long blonde hair, who is pulling scrolls out, looking them over, and then handing them down to a young half-elf woman who's just stacking them up. Make sure you take those through to you. I don't want to lose any more of them today. Your mother's been putting things in all over the place.
Tia. She's actually one of the people we need to speak to.
Cheers.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
He leans over and goes, "Oh, customers. Suppose fantastic. All right." He gets down from the ladder. Goes, "Tia, stack those. I'll see to the customers." And he steps forward and says, "Hello, I'm Daenathore, the town's mage. How may I help you?"
Well, for starters, I take it you're pretty good at alchemy, given that you've got lots of bottles and tubes and things.
Bit of dabbling, a few experiments.
Could you tell me? I know that there's something more than water in this vial, but I can't identify what it is.
I was going to ask, it looks just like water to me. But alright, I can run it through a few tests.
There's definitely something other than water in there.
Let's find out. Seems quite happy to help.
Just trying to think. Oh, do you happen to stock in here paper and inks for the transferring of scrolls into magical books?
Absolutely, yes. You're a mage yourself?
Dabbling, illusionist, really.
Fair enough. Perfectly reasonable school, I suppose.
I'll be ruder. Look, it's gotten me out of quite a lot of sticky situations.
Oh, not disputing at all. I've used illusion magic myself, just it's one thing. It's like saying clerics do magic, it's just another type of magic.
Oh, sorry. Sounded like you were... Yeah. Anyway, so...
I'm quite old.
Okay.
It's not fucking Jimmy. This guy clearly sleeps.
Sorry. Right. I will be requiring some, basically some... how many scrolls have I got that I could transfer? Be 2 scrolls worth of paper and ink. I've got 2 scrolls I want to transfer into my spell book, and I've only just started putting spells into my spell book, so I'm not...
Well, it depends on what the spells are. I mean, more powerful spells require more materials.
Right. Well, I've got... Holy Ward isn't one that works like that, is it?
Holy Ward is a cleric spell.
So I won't be able to learn that anyway.
No.
Well, okay, I've got a scroll of flight and a scroll of... oh, actually, that's a very high level one. I think I might be better saving up until I can put that one in.
Well, fly, you'll need about 300 gold worth of material to transfer that.
Okay. 300 gold is... That's more platinum than I'm carrying.
300 gold would be 60 platinum.
That's way more platinum than I'm carrying. Bollocks, then. Okay, sorry guys, I'm just looking over what I've got here. I'm not trying to delay.
Alright.
Worth of that amount, so would there be anything in the bag of holding, possibly?
That's a good point. Oh, actually, there might be. I've got a bit of tubing here. If you'd be willing to do a part change.
Tubing?
Tubing.
So, I could always use some spare supplies.
Okay, I appreciate that's probably not worth a lot in terms of exchange. Oh, I've also got this, and I take out a small barrel of slime. And I know this is flammable.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is very, very flammable.
Mm-hmm. Tried and tested.
The barrel of slime in the dungeon.
Yeah.
Damn those kobolds.
Yeah, I can take that as plot change.
Okay. I don't think I've got anything else I could in the tubing, I suppose.
Let's of course if we have a look at that longsword and then see
Yes.
what it is, and it could be added to what you
yeah.
want to sell.
But honestly, I wouldn't want to take the sword if you want it. But we do have a sword that we need the enchantment identifying on. Do you do that as a?
Well, I'd normally charge for identifying, but if you're willing to sell it to me, I can find out what it is and then give you the use that as part exchange. Or if you want it back, I can just charge for the identify.
Can we tell from looking if it would do more damage than what Rubato's already will?
No way of telling.
I mean, I have actually got. Oh, hang on. Hang on a minute. I've got 50. You said it would be 60 platinum altogether, yeah? For 300.
Yes.
I've got. Well, I've only got 57 on me.
Pretty close.
And as I say, I've offered you what I have in terms of part exchange.
I mean, if you don't want to sell the sword, that's fair enough. If that's the case, then I'd happily take the 57 platinum and the barrel of slime and the tubing and call it even.
That seems fair. Yeah. So that'd be the materials I need.
Yep.
Okay. 300. That's all my platinum gone now as well.
Yep.
I know.
I mean, do you still want me to take a look at this sword?
Will you do it for free?
Only if you sell it to me.
I guess I could throw in a little bit though, because I'm curious just to get an idea whereabouts it might lie in its abilities. So, how much is it to have a look?
Should I identify costume? To have it identified alone would cost 100 gold.
Alright.
Ooh.
Alright, I'm going to reach to my robe of useful items and pull off the patch of 100 gold coins.
Alright, you're alright.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No problem. If you're willing to sell it to me, you can have that back plus your money. If not, I'll give you the sword and you three can leave with your sword. So it is a long sword.
Desperate negotiations here.
This is a sword which has a flame tongue enchantment on it.
Wow. Oh. Oh. Oh.
You want that, don't you?
Oh. I'm just having a slight inkling of what it might possibly be.
It literally does the same damage as a standard sword, but does fire damage.
Literally, Barto is. I just turned to the party. Does anybody want it? Does anybody? I mean, I'm happy.
Yeah, Narlock. Sorry, Zed's not here.
Narlock,
I look at my swords and just go, nah, I'm good.
you really should, Celadine?
I've got winged
Newton.
swords. I'm a Newton.
You may not be able to use it anymore.
Okay. Oh yeah, because
You're a bard now, not a fighter.
yeah, true.
Well, could I ask the mage, would you take it as we could sell it to you and get that 100 gold back? Because we do have another member of our party who might want this, but he's out praying at the moment, so...
Oh yeah.
I have just checked. You can use longswords.
Oh, so if you do want it then.
Right. So can I? Is there a way of sending a divine sense that I do not wish to have it?
No, but can the whole part? Can everyone who's there roll intelligence for me?
Wee. 11.
6.
The only sword you've ever seen Zed use is a great sword, not a long sword.
Zed more sorry prefers the great sword than a long sword. I've used long sword for a little bit before.
If you want it, then by all means. It's clogging up the bag of holding as it is.
Thank you. I'll speak to Zed very quickly though, and I'll just get his opinion on it. But
you carry it for now, then, yeah?
I'll keep it on my side for now, and then.
Okay, so you've got a long sword enchanted with flame tongue. And the other thing I wanted to query with you, sir, since I've now tapped for all my money, did you say that the young girl there was named Tia?
Yes, that's my daughter.
Oh, we actually need to speak to her with regards to the you might have heard the attacks that have been going on.
Yes, I've heard. Go for it.
Okay. Is she still about, or?
She's about, looks like she's just stacking scrolls.
Okay, just run after it. Excuse me.
Hello.
Hi. You're Tia, right?
Yes.
Okay, Sorry, I'm just checking all my notes here because they're getting a bit muddled up. Oh God, this sounds so policey. We have reason to believe. We understand that you met at the well with, was it Ciala Fiala? Ciala and Fiala?
Ciala and Fiala.
Ciala and Fiala, the jeweller's wife and his daughter. Gray, the blacksmith's apprentice, and Rondella, all of whom are involved in the attacks where women have gone mad and started attacking people for no obvious reason.
Yeah, we all went a few drinks together at the well, and me and Ciala had a bit of a chat while all the three talked, and then that was it. I came back home to work.
Now, do you can you remember that? Do you remember, did you and Ciala drink from the well as well?
Yeah, we all had a drink.
You all had a drink, right.
Everyone drinks from the well.
This is really strange, right. Okay, slightly odd question. Hard to tell with half-elves?
Yeah.
Hard to tell with half-elves, as you well know. How old are you?
Younger than you, I can.
That's honestly not an insult, half-elves.
Yeah.
For all you guys know, I'm 300.
I missed something, so to speak. You never asked someone their age, that's rude.
You're doing this part of an investigation.
Investigation what? How old you are?
There we go. I mean, in human terms, I'd be 17.
Right, okay, so maybe that's not the thing. Sorry, I'm trying to... but you do remember definitely everyone had a drink from the well?
Yes.
Nothing's happened.
Just a quick aside. I didn't mention this earlier, but forgot to. She looks to be about the same age as Ciala.
Yeah,
Yeah. They are the same age, yeah.
So they're both, youngish. Okay, do you remember anything else while you were at the well? I mean, with the Lawmasters asked us to look into it and what might be causing things, and the only common link we can seem to find is that you all met at the well.
Like I said, we all just met at the well and had a drink, had a chat, and then everyone went their own ways. And then that afternoon, Ciala got attacked, and then that night, Rondella attacked someone, and then the following morning, Grey attacked. It's only me and Ciala that don't appear to have gone crazy, and I don't know if that's because Ciala was unconscious, but I'm fine.
And you've not felt like you're going to go unconscious or anything?
No.
Oh, hang on a minute. You didn't have any, very slight stomach upsets or anything like that?
Not that I can remember.
Alright, maybe it's not. Okay, thank you anyway. Just quietly as I'm turning back round to the guys, I'm going to say, half-elves are resistant to poison.
I'm just wondering if we should pay a visit to the prison and ask any of the ladies if they're still being held there, their account if they can remember anything.
Didn't they say they were all still gibbering?
If they're still gibbering, we could at least perhaps get an idea of their current state, maybe?
Or we need to find out what's in the well wall, if there is something, if it's squished nude space or not, because that will help us narrow it down at least. I might be on some sort of appalling detour here with the well water.
Thank you to players who remember things that they've done. Sorry, a bit of a Dungeon Master's prayer there. Nick will know that one well. As you are speaking, Daenathore approaches us. You're right, there's something in the water. Don't really exactly know what. If I was going to take a wild guess, I'd say it's quite similar to a secretion from certain types of amphibians. I understand that some amphibians can secrete psychedelic or mind-altering hallucinogens. I don't personally recognise this one. Why not? Actually, my son, he's quite good with researching, and he's quite good with animals, actually. Well, ask him about something along these lines. He might help.
Your son being the young man working in the bookshop?
That's right, James.
I've got a mouthful, sorry guys.
It's alright. I will switch back to Zed at this point, okay?
Okay.
Right, Zed, you have just walked into the Bloody Lady Inn. Within, it looks alright. It looks like they're midway through some repairs and refurbishment for the most part. And you can see a few people sitting at the bar, sitting at tables, having a drink, having something to eat.
I walk over to the bar and sit myself down on the stools.
It takes a few minutes before a middle-aged man approaches, as all innkeepers do, cleaning a glass, and says, "Not seen you around here before."
I'm sorry, didn't quite catch that.
Not seen you around here before.
I'm a traveller. I've recently come to the city. I was just admiring your shrine.
The shrine across the way. Yes, my wife tends to that from time to time.
Really? I happen to be a cleric of the White Wolf.
Oh! Well, any cleric comes into my bar gets a free drink. What are you having?
Just an ale, thank you.
No problem. And he pours out a flagon of ale for you and sets it down.
Thank you.
You're well welcome.
I don't suppose you've heard tales of the road, of what's happened in cities beyond?
Cities beyond?
I have reason to believe that there may be trouble stirring in Palancar. Do you happen to know if anything's happening up there?
Do you mean Pelennor?
Sorry, yeah, Palancar. Why did I say Palancar? Never mind, sorry.
Alright, just think Pelennor dash it all. From London town.
When I hear Pelennor, I think Pelennor Fields from Lord of the Rings.
Ah. No, this one, I was thinking Sword in the Stone.
Oh, dude,
Yeah, classic.
it's Pelennor, dash it all!
From London.
Oh, right, yes.
He's got big news from London!
Let him in then, let him in! Anyway, not had any news from Pelennor for about 2 weeks now. Not since just after the attack. And stuff, they were doing alright. They didn't seem like they'd been harmed or been caught in any crossfire. Otherwise, we've not seen. We've seen one or two merchants down from Dale, which a bit less than usual, but with the attack, it's pretty normal. And had a couple of rangers come up from Torgaval, just making sweeps, make sure everything's all right.
But that they've made it, that they've come so far. How did you fare in the attack?
Oh, quite all right. Grabbed the old family axe and just started chopping heads and taking names.
See?
I like this guy.
Yeah, best way to deal with any of them. What was the main assault? Was it goblins? Was it gnolls?
We didn't see. I understand goblins tried to get into the city, but for us it was humans, bandits for the most part.
See, that wasn't part of the. That's odd. There wasn't.
You get them from time to time. We're outside the city walls. They're probably just using the attack as chance to make an assault.
Let's see.
Having a good go at something, but I don't let no one work here if they don't know how to defend themselves, just in case.
I see. Sam, it's good that you were able to weather the storm. I drink the ale and said, thank you for the drink. It was delicious. Might I speak to your wife? I'd like to thank her personally for taking care of the shrine.
I can go get her, but she may be a bit indisposed at the moment. Ever since the attack on that merchant, she's been a bit shaken up. But I can see.
Would you like me just to reassure her?
Honestly, just shaken up by the whole thing. I mean, having one of the tavern girls go a bit nuts, attack the merchant and the lawmaster in her own house.
That was
anyone.
That was this tavern? I thought that was one in town.
This is the only tavern in town.
Well, you're outside.
I thought. Oh, can you give me some further information? I'm with a group of investigators looking into the incident. We were able to help the young lady of the goldsmith in the city.
Oh, I see. Well, what to really say? Night just like any other. Everything was going fine. The merchant was a little bit handsy. Wasn't very happy. I went and spoke to him myself personally. Was about to throw him out when Sir Arthur just turned around and clobbered the guy with a full pewter tankard. Straight across the face. We're sweeping up teeth for days.
Was there any provocation? Anything that might have led her to do this?
Well, like I said, he was being a bit handsy, so I thought that might be it. Was going to go over, throw the man out and send her on a break, then she turned around and attacked the lawmaster. Just swung him right across the face. That was a bit nasty. Took me, the lawmaster, and two of the other girls to stop her.
Wow. Had you noticed any strange... Before this, had you noticed any strange behaviour? Had she done anything or said anything?
Not really. It were a day off the day before. Went into town, did a bit of shopping. Just the usual. I think she met up with a few friends of hers. I think she met up with Annie. She's the older sister of one of the guys that owns the tailors. I understand she was in that attack. I understand Annie was part of one of the three girls that attacked the shop. I mean, I've heard that. Personally, when I was told about the attacks, I thought it might have just been human lasses. But then I heard about the dwarf lady over at Ravens. She got. I understand she attacked someone. Don't rightly know who. And it was a bit strange. My girl, Sir Arthur. I mean, she's a half-orc, so a bit surprising. But then again, that does make sense how she could clock a mean one across the merchant and the lawmaster.
It's kind of a twitch.
Yeah.
By the sounds of it, he deserved it rightly.
Couldn't agree more.
Despite the circumstances.
Honestly, was going to deal with him myself before what happened.
That's very interesting. Thank you for the information. I'll relay it to my fellows. But I would like to see your wife. Maybe the presence of a priest might reassure her.
All right, not a problem. He actually opens the counter up and says, "You'll find her just in the back. She'll be cooking in there. Does that most of the time at the moment."
So step through.
You find a middle-aged human woman. She's got on both sides. She's got a couple of not really children, like early 20s. One's early 20, one's late teens by the look of them. And all three of them are like cooking and working, and you hear one say, "Mom, I've got the carrots ready." It's like, "All right, put that away, dear." And then she turns around and sees and says, "Oh, hello. What are customers in the front, please?"
So I came back to see you.
She looks a bit. "Oh."
Well, firstly, I'd like to thank you. I am a priest of the White Wolf. I'd like to thank you for taking such good care of the shrine opposite the way of your inn.
At the mention of the White Wolf, you can see her physically calm down and just, oh, a priest. I see. It's quite all right. My mother used to clean it once a week, and I think I kept up the tradition. And my Claudette here, she does the same thing.
That's it. So I turn to the young blessings to you as well, my child. Your devotion is most appreciated.
They kind of nod at you. They don't really know how to behave. They're not used to customers coming in the back. And again, you're a priest of a religion that, if they don't follow, they venerate in some way. So they're just a bit, well, welcome. At which point the young girl says, "Would you like tea, Father?"
Thank you, but I will pass. And once I turn back to the lady and to say, "I'm sorry to hear what happened to you in that dreadful attack. I'm actually one of the team investigating it. I don't suppose you could tell me something? Any further details that I haven't already heard from your husband?"
I mean, he saw it more than I did. I just came out and saw the lawmaster bloodied across the face and that merchant on the floor. All I know is that Sarata just went a bit crazy and started attacking people with a tankard. Very unlike her. She was usually such a lovely girl. Such a lovely, lovely girl.
Had she seen...
Well, girl.
Yes, I was told.
So you might be interested then if she's all right. I mean, I know she was looking for a husband.
I'm afraid I am married in devotion to the White Wolf.
Oh, fair enough.
But I must ask, was she strange? Did she appear strange, or...
No, same as the usual self.
I see. Well, in which case, thank you. So I step forward and I just place a hand on her shoulder and remove fear.
Oh.
Just to try and
You physically see the fear leave her almost, it wasn't necessarily fear that she was feeling, more just anxious and stressed and a bit wound up more than anything else. But what you have done has alleviated enough that she almost like slumps into a chair and goes, "Thank you, Father."
May the blessings of the White Wolf be on you and yours and your inn, and all who dwell.
And
Okay,
maybe you do.
I turn and I head out of the inn.
Okay, I will have you read your.
So I am obviously giving my thanks to the bartender as I leave.
Yeah, he nods at you.
So
All
I
right.
leave and start heading back towards the city.
Okay, I will have you rejoin the rest of the party in a moment. So, you three are still in the major shop. And you've just been told that there is something mucusy.
There's frog juice in the water.
Frog, toad, could be any kind of amphibious creature that secretes things as a defense mechanism.
Okay.
That's all he's got as an idea. It's that kind of makeup, and recommends to talk to his son, who's a bit better with animals.
Okay. And his son's the young man who's working in the bookshop, yes?
Yeah, he said James.
Okay, well, I guess we're popping back through there then.
All right. As you head back in, you see the young half-elf boy bagging up your purchase and goes, "Oh, you done already? Just finished bagging everything up."
Nearly done. We had your father look at something, and he says you might be able to help us a bit more than he can, actually.
Rare that he says that about me. What's up?
Well, we've got a bottle of water here that your father says there's some sort of mucusy stuff, probably from a frog.
I should say, by the way, you don't have bottled water anymore.
Oh, okay, he's took it off us.
Yeah, you have to take it off you and, like, dilute it and do all sorts of alchemy things with it.
Okay.
Well, the GM doesn't know and just says alchemy things.
He said it looked like some sort of amphibious creature's secretion into the water. Do you have any idea what that could be?
I mean, what, I just think this might be what caused those women to go on a bit of the attack spree.
Well, we don't really want to cause a panic, but it was water from the well.
Oh, alright then.
Obviously, don't really want people to go into a panic or anything, because I'm sure everyone in town drinks from it, but equally, yes, it's well water.
Give me a second, I might know something. It takes him a while to find a book, so much time that Zed actually rejoins the party in the bookshop.
We're sort of updating him.
There you are.
Oh, hey.
Yes, I just come back from the shrine and also from a rather delightful inn called the Bloodied Lady.
Oh, lovely. Sounds like my kind of place.
It's actually quite
You remember it?
But it was where where the lawmaster and that waitress attacked the patron.
Oh.
Did you find anything out?
Not beyond the fact that she was apparently fine all day. That the only thing that she did that day was go into town. She met with an Anna.
Right.
So she met with an aunt in town. They went shopping, and apparently, so it correlates with what we know about a group of women meeting together.
Alright.
But apparently, the patron got a bit handsy with her, so I don't doubt he deserved what he got.
No one deserves to get beaten to death.
Depends on the person.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I found out from the barman. The bar lady was fine. She was the one who was attacked, but she was quite a little shaken up. But all in all, she wasn't attacked. Sorry, but she was scared. She was worried, but a bit shaken. But she was fine.
From what we've found out is not much more than, well, we found out that there's some sort of frog juice in the well water.
Frog juice. Can I do a world lore check?
You may.
That's probably not very good. 7. Nothing that I would know, probably.
You're not very good on frogs.
So I'm more on mammals rather than things.
Amphibians and reptiles.
But the mage next door, he said that his son, who's the young man who works here, knows a bit more about animals, and he's just gone to have a look and see if he knows it. I presume he's gone to check a book, actually, maybe.
It's at this time that James returned. Is everyone feeling okay, by the way?
Yeah,
So,
fine.
people are just randomly going quiet. Just want to make sure everyone's okay.
Yeah, it's just because there's not really much involvement for Narlock, so I'm just not speaking.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
It's the same with me. I'm just like,
Okay,
yeah,
no
so
worries.
Is too engrossed in his stolen heart thief.
I think at this point I've probably found an art book, illustrated sort of book of that line, and just sort of gone,
You was flicking Holy shit!
There's a centerpiece.
This is probably me flicking through. Where are the dirty bits?
You have to actually read it. You can't just flick through. You can't just flick through and find the dirty bits.
Oh! Oh!
Never mind, you found them.
Oh!
Found it. You found the third book in the series, Artaeus: Adventures in Sword Swallowing, which is mostly a picture book.
I shall purchase this book, but I'm just going to go to Roberto. I think this is more my style, and I just go,
I'm just like,
no.
As you flick it open, you see it's book 3 in a series of 3.
my eyes!
That costs 20 gold.
Yeah, I'm taking this.
Or you might.
Artaeus Adventures in Sword Swallowing, is that?
Yeah.
Even these days, it's a niche market.
And so he.
Oh, you give me a roll, actually.
Me?
Yeah. Well, you worked in the bookshop, you might know the names of some of the others. Book smarts.
Right, book smarts adds was 3, so 13.
You know it's a series of 3, and you know that the first one is Artaeus Confessions of a Bard by Artaeus the Great.
Not a lot. I actually know that's it. My parents have actually, well, they did have a copy of the first one in the series, Artaeus Confessions of a Bard, and it's by Artaeus himself.
Have you seen the book, Saladin?
I've seen it sitting on my dad's bedside table. I've not seen it personally. No, why?
Okay, let's keep it that way.
Did I see what was in the book?
I'm going to say no for now. Just because they found that before you came in.
I just kind of want. I just not expect the.
Quiet down, Tibbles.
Yes, Tibbles, play it.
I'm very confused.
Oh yeah, that's right. Need to hold on to those for a minute.
So when we get back to talk about, you should ask my dads. They might know where you can get the rest of the set. I know we had a copy of the first one. I don't know where that went though.
I mean, does anyone want to take a look for any more books? Zed, would you like to look for any books before the half-elf arrives?
I beg pardon, sorry, Cal?
Would you like to look for any books before the half-elf boy comes back with some information?
Yeah, I might actually see if there's actually anything on Fenris Sulphur, because the shrine, the priests, I think I actually I just sound really, really devoted, don't I? I sound so boring. I'm just looking for things.
I like it. I like you really going for the devotional thing here.
Well, I almost got skinned by my god for using that orb, which you still have.
I do still have it, yes. And I'm not quite sure how to use it is the problem. I think I have to be taught how to use it. So.
Oh my god, we just had a
How about that?
thought.
I can show you what I know.
I just
But by the way, Saladin, it's yours now. I do not need it any longer.
All right, if you
Pray
sure.
to Fenris if I was you to make sure you can actually do that.
So I did at that moment. I do kind of like. Can I at least show her what I knew to know?
I would say that in the time from when you arrived to when James turns to information, you can teach her what you managed to glean of the use of the Orb of Scrying.
Yeah. Even though it's slightly cracked, I'm sorry.
That's alright.
He did it, didn't he? He was the one who did it.
Just a thought. If we're looking at the Orb of Scrying, and if anyone was to use it,
Actually, yeah, we might as well have a practice go.
if anyone was able to get another sample of the water,
Oh,
put the hand on whatever it is that might be holding the water, or at least put the hand on the well, and see if the scrying orb can give a clue.
I just say to her, you must. It helps when you're in contact with what you want to, an item in relation to what you believe will give you a vision. Then concentrate on what you want to find.
Alright. Yeah, I might give it a go. When we're next near the well, I'll give it a try and see if I can. Yeah, unfortunately the mage took the bottle of water we had from the well because I think he had to put some.
It's not difficult to refill a vial. It's not difficult to refill a vial.
I mean,
The anti-potion bottle I had. Oh, Cal, quick out of character question.
Alright.
Can you downgrade a spell slot? Let's say you wanted a second level spell. Can you switch it for a first? Can you use it to power a first level?
First edition rules, yes you can, but it doesn't improve the power of the spell.
Didn't expect it to.
No, first edition is really weird in terms of that, like, you know how in like 5th edition you sacrifice a higher level spell slot to power up a lower level spell? With this, the spells level up with your character.
It's kind of like Warlock in 5th edition, which is how it works.
Yeah, to an extent, yeah.
Yeah. But that's just what I wanted to know. I wanted to know if I could use a higher spell slot if I have one available.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Roboto, you were about to say something.
Last time you managed to get your hand into the water and use the potion bottle, well, you're not consuming it, you can just put your hand in the water and then scry.
That's the point, yeah.
See if that does anything.
Because then I'm touching the water itself, And as long as I don't. My only slight concern is I've got to be careful I don't drink any, because we know at the very least it affects women.
It could give at least some possible clues of particular people, or if anyone tampered, or if we might get a little bit more information about where the source was from, maybe, or just something.
So what do we know so far?
It's
It affected it only seemed to affect women. I asked James, does everyone in the city use the well?
You can ask when he comes back. You guys are discussing things at the moment. He's not returned yet.
Okay, we should ask how many people use the well. So a half-orc has used it, a dwarf has used it, a young human girl has used it.
The girl who worked at the blacksmith's was a halfling, so we know it's affected a halfling as well. And a human girl.
There was one piece of information that you've forgotten, which I will allow to tell you, and 3 half-elves.
Yes,
Oh,
I was
and
about to say about the 3 half. Were they all female or?
They were all female.
It's all women, and it doesn't appear to be based on species at all. Race, sorry, not species.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Well, I would say species because of the animals.
Actually,
yeah.
female animals as well.
So
Oh,
there hasn't been. Well, I don't believe. I look at Tibbles. Have you sensed anything with the animals?
Give me an animal handling check. You're asking a complex question.
Ooh. That's 17.
He doesn't seem off or weird or in any way whatsoever. In fact, you've actually noticed him drinking from the well water recently, and he seems absolutely fine.
Don't drink the well water. So he's fine. So maybe that might be something to ask Jane.
Yeah.
I really saying this sort thing because no. Saying it out loud is a bit cruel in terms of the people who may watch the video. I don't want to start something.
You don't want to experiment on a female animal.
No, it's more to the fact I don't want to bring up chromosomes and the whole gender is a spectrum thing.
Mm.
Because if it seems to be only affecting women,
Around this time is when James returns to the group.
You don't think it... No, that's... So I'm remembering stuff I used to read in my books, and I don't see how...
What do you think?
I mean, it was an old fairy story about a frog that lived at the bottom of the well, but it was a slard, not a frog, but...
Can
A slard?
everyone except Narlock give me a roll? You need to make a D100 roll and under 5%. It's a low chance, but it's a chance.
I had just a 6 on a D20.
8.
Ah, close enough. Plus your book smarts. And Nick, your book smarts... You've got book smarts monsters, haven't you?
Yes, that's a 10 if that's the case.
Okay, so Roboto and Zed and Celadin, you all know about the same amount about slards. They are a toad-like creature from sort of an extra plane of existence, so not exactly hell or heaven, but some other plane of existence. And they are carnivorous, somewhat cannibalistic in tendencies, and they have unusual properties within their bodies. They are also highly intelligent, and many can be very cruel. They are sentient.
Can I ask James if he has fantastic beasts and where to find them?
He looks at you a bit surprised and goes, "Never heard of that one."
That's it. Or do you have a bestiary or something that could tell us a little bit more? I'm sure in this library, this bookshop library that you must have something that might refer to a slard.
Slard? I think I've got something somewhere. I mean, that's a bit obscure knowledge. But I've actually got some information that you actually asked for.
Yes.
Oh.
So I've managed to find 2 types of toad. I mean, neither one of them does exactly what's going on. But I found a type of toad that secretes a psychotic pheromone that, if consumed, can cause someone to go into a blind rage. Which
Is there withdrawal symptoms in that?
if it usually works its way out of the system within so much time, but if consumption remains, then the body can go into catatonic and failing state, basically organ failure. The other one is a type of toad that has been known to, basically its secretion can be used to, what's the nicest way of saying this? Deal with an unwanted or unexpected guest in women.
Ah. I kind of make whatever kind of
Yeah.
You need to give me one.
Oh. Yeah, I'll give you a hand sign at some point. I'd imagine basically just grasp your clasp in the same way as orcs greeting.
Yeah. So, quite a disturbing thought. What are the further effects?
Too much consumed. It is a poison primarily, is what it is. It's a severe toxin.
Well, it would have to be in order to cause a spontaneous, what you're talking about. You'd have to all but kill the mother.
Yeah, something like that. But those are the only 2 that I can find that are even close to this, and I don't know if any of that helps.
I would advise you don't let your sister or anyone else you know drink the water from that well.
I'll try and get a message to the guards as soon as I can. The problem is that's the main water supply for the entire city.
So
That's it. Well, we're quickly on. Could you find the information on the slug?
I can see what I can do. Yeah.
So, if he heads off, I'd just like to talk with the group as well.
All right, no problem. He wanders off looking for a book that might help.
So, there's one other thing that I found while I was out. I was attending the shrine. We need to head north soon. Apparently, a danger looms over Pelennor.
oh,
Fireworks.
ominous fireworks.
That's all I know. That's all I know. Oh, is that what we heard a second ago there?
Yeah.
I mean, Pelenor's on our route anyway. I have to be honest though, Zed, I don't want to leave this town if that's in the water.
That's I agree, but our next stop must be Pelennor, if that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. I think what would be best to do is get to the Lawmaster and tell him, for goodness sake, don't rope off the water supply. Everyone's going to.
Beware, we don't want to cause a panic.
No, of course not. But if any more people drink that water,
Maybe there's. Our friend you must have found out how the water works. Can someone create a neutralizing agent for the water?
hang on.
I can. It depends on the quantity though, because I know I have the ability to purify water, but I need to see if there's any limitations.
There is. You can purify a foot by foot. This is an entire town's water supply.
Perhaps we could enchant an object that we could throw into the well that acts as a filter.
A purifying agent.
Well, hang on. You two can Zed, you said earlier you can purify as well, yes?
Perhaps we can work together and combine our abilities on. Let's say we just took a stone, we enchanted it and dropped it into the well. Maybe it would purify the waters, any water rushing in, and just prevent anything further from being released. Last thing we want is anything further happening. I mean, even if it's just traces now, is it worth the risk?
I'm just wondering if it might be worth. If we let the Lawmaster know, and then maybe if we go down there, and if there is something down there that's secreting this, get rid of it, then at least we can make a start on the purifying of it as well, and at least then whatever is down there won't be continuing to secrete. I don't want these people drinking this anymore.
Well, if we're going to do that, then I would suggest that we wait until nightfall, and do it then when no one is in the square to see us. But alert the Lawmaster so the guard know. But we should do it out of sight. If we incite a panic, trust it will end badly. But as I say again, we'll relay what we know, but I hope that we're able to discuss this quickly. We are behind, and I'm worried about the dangers lurking outside.
I still don't know how the party feels, but there's still the option of using the scrying orb and putting your hand in the water to see if you get any clues of a source or something.
We could do that now. I mean, drawing water from the well is easy.
I'll tell you what, if I go do that now, are you guys okay to wait for, or does someone want to wait here for James to bring what information he has got about Slards? The well's literally just outside and in the city centre. I can put my hand to it and.
As you guys are talking, James does return and say, unfortunately, information on Slard is a bit rare. I mean, I think the only place you're going to find anything on that is a specialist in Dale. I mean, I don't know anyone in particular in Dale, but books mostly come in through there. I'm afraid we don't have anything. I mean, it's a very rare demonic creature.
I see. Thank you for looking.
Right.
Quickly, did they find was there any books on Fenris Sulphur?
Yeah, he was able to find one book for you, which is kind of the history of the Temple of Fenris being built, and it would cost you 2 gold.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Having a very, very quick skim through right at the start while you were waiting, you found out that the Temple of Fenris Sulphur that you now operate out of has actually been there longer than Torgaval. It looks like it may have been built by the Blackheart family maybe about 300, 400 years ago. Like in the middle of a forest, basically.
I said I can't. Well, they're more than expected. Because that's the holy site, isn't it?
Yeah, or at least that's the site chosen.
Yeah. So I placed 2 gold on the. I hand 2 gold. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. I believe we've taken up most of your valuable time. Shall we attend to our duties?
Yep.
Yes, quickly as possible.
So, do you guys want to go to the Lawmaster first, or do you want to go to the well first? You will have to walk past the Lawmaster's office to get to the well.
So, shall we split up? Well, so it'll only take about a minute or so, a couple of minutes to deal with the well. Shall we deal with that first? That way, we'll have complete information, if potentially complete information.
Suits me.
Yeah, yeah.
You're right.
Yes, sorry, I'm being in character, I'm being nervous.
Yeah, no worries, that's fine.
Do you believe that we should visit the Lawmaster first?
I don't know. I'm just reaching up and scratching Measley's head because it makes me calmer.
Well, I mean, we could go split party, so a couple of us speak to the Lawmaster, then, or if Saladin wants to check out the well, come and join us.
Quick question, how big's the queue?
Yeah, that was the thing I was worrying about. There was a queue to see the Lawmaster, so...
Good point.
So, okay. You know what? I think we all need to go to the well. I'd feel better if we're all there, because if I'm going to be touching this, I'm broadly speaking in the demographic of the people. I'd hate to think of myself doing something to hurt people.
Don't relax. We're here. So we know the dangers, and I do have something that can slow anything if it happens.
If something does happen, yeah.
We'll all be around.
As you walk past the Lawmaster's office, the queue appears to be reducing. It looks like people in the queue have either left with their issues solved, or left because they can't be bothered to. They're not actually that angry enough to stay in a queue all day. At the time, by the way, it's now getting up to about lunchtime, I'd say. You guys have been moving fairly quickly around the town. It's not a big town either.
After we dealt with the Lawmaster, I'd say we head back to the huntsman.
Yep.
All right.
I was thinking of the well. If anyone has a good climb skill, it might be worth climbing down the well, not into the water.
I've got 100 feet of rope.
No, but I mean the skill itself. If anyone has it, to be able to climb down and have a look.
This is the first time the party's actually seen the well up close.
Really? I thought I drew water up to gather it.
You did, but you seem to have forgotten a few details, so I'm just going to remind everyone, okay?
Okay.
It's not the kind of well where you draw water from this well. The water is bubbling over the edges of the well and being caught in a metal trough around it. The water...
spring.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay. That makes all. I thought it was a well I drew water from. It's. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's been pumped from beneath. You can't tamper with it like that. That's okay. That's confusing.
Should I give it a try?
Okay, so just touch the water gently. Don't consume it. Just look at the orb picture what you want to see.
Give me a roll. Just roll. That's enough.
Is it?
It is. Some details will be clouded, but you can draw. You can read from these things fairly easily.
I was going a bit misty.
No. Basically, what happens is the smoke within the orb swirls and forms shapes, so everyone can see. With an orb of scrying, everyone views what's in the orb. It's not the holder.
Okay.
The holder is only the conduit.
Mhm.
So, as the smoke swirls and clears, you see a black and white image. It's very hazy, but enough to make out a few details. You see what looks like a cave mouth, and you are looking up at it. And from where you are seeing, you see a figure standing above. And I'm not going to make everyone roll for this. You recognize the figure and the cloak of the man in black. He has a few more figures either side, and you can make out the image of a couple of goblins. He appears to look down and then pick up one of the goblins and throw one of them into the cave mouth. In an instant, there's a loud snapping noise and a crunching noise as the image in the orb moves forward to the goblin and gobbles it up. You realise at this moment you're looking through the eyes of something in the well. And then as this happens, the man in black turns away and just walks away. And the eyes swim through the water, at which point the perspective changes and you see black water, just deep, not black as in inky or polluted, but black as in there is no light, or there is minimal light to be able to catch this. And then in one final shot before the vision ends, you see the face of a giant toad lash forward. And the reaction is so sudden, it actually causes Celadine to lose grip on the orb. Make a dex saving throw.
16.
Catch it. It falls, but
Good catch.
No, he's involved.
Fucks his face again.
Mr. BDSM guy.
Asim Loch. His name was Asim Loch.
Wait, you knew?
We all did. He told
Yeah.
us
That
it.
was him.
Well, he did tell us his name, but in honesty, he's not worth. I didn't feel his name remembering at the time. But that's. So he threw something.
He threw a goblin in.
It was eaten by something, and then the toad's effect. So it is the hallucinogenic effect of a toad.
So-
He's poured water. The water has been contaminated.
And that probably might point more evidently it's that slow thing, whatever it is.
Slud.
Slard.
Was it a slard based upon what we know?
no, it didn't look like a slide, it just looked like a giant toad. The images that you have all recorded of slides are bipedal intelligent creatures. This was just a giant toad.
Okay.
Did it match any descriptions that James said?
You don't know enough about toads, you didn't get a good enough look at it, but from what you know, it could be. It could have some kind of...
That's not a note, I was just handing you some paper.
It could be producing something in the water, and putting everything together might point in that direction due to the contaminant within the water.
We should inform the Lore Master. This is dangerous to the town, or to the city.
What on earth can we do, though?
Maybe he might be able to give. I mean, we don't know where the water of this fountain finds its source. Maybe there's something beneath that he might know about.
Mm.
If that's the case, we might be able to cleanse it.
Definitely a possibility. Take out, if the toad thing is there, if we can get in there, take it out. If there is any way we can do some form of purification, then that would be ideal.
Can I do a world lore check on this cave? Was there any defining features, carvings around the walls, or symbols?
It was too hazy to make anything out. It was all silhouette and smoky. You only recognise the man in black due to his rather distinct silhouette and certain aspects of the clothing.
Was there any water nearby? Was the cave beside a waterfall or anything? Anything that would...
You heard splashing water from the vision, but that's all.
So maybe it's coming from further upstream. Maybe if we asked if there's a waterfall nearby. I don't know this land very well. I only know the land to the south.
Okay, so what we're doing then, streamlining, we're going to the Lawmasters to tell him, by the way, there's fucking toad oil in your water, don't let people drink this shit.
Yep. So, go.
Okay, so we trottle.
Right, you arrive at the Lawmaster's office, and as the queue sign displayed, you recognise the guard captain, Balon, just leaving the building.
Captain Balon?
Oh, hello, you four. Are you alright?
Well, we're fine, but your town probably isn't.
We should speak in private out of the B street.
I'll see if the Lawmaster's free. If not, you're right to speak to me, aren't you?
Yes, but it needs to be somewhere where we can't be overheard.
Alright, not a problem. He takes a peek in, and the Lawmaster's doors you can see are completely shut, and you can hear a lot of noise coming from within. Probably, not right now. I'll approach him whatever you tell me after we're finished here. How about my office?
That'll do, yeah.
He leads to the other side where there's a much smaller room. What you probably imagine was like a waiting room when this place was probably a more manor house. Has been turned into a small guard's office. Walking, he dismisses the two guards within and has them close the door afterwards. And he leans against his desk, goes, "Alright, so what have you all found?"
There's some sort of amphibian oil in the well water.
Well, newts get in from time to time.
This isn't newts.
No?
We believe it's some kind of toxin that may have led to the assaults which happened in the last week.
I see, and you're saying this is in the well water.
Yes.
It is, but we don't know. But it only seems to affect a certain demographic.
I do have my thoughts on it, if I share it with the party.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So there was an attack a couple of weeks ago by the goblins and the gnolls. And
Goblins mostly,
goblins.
yeah.
After that attack, this happened. I think maybe the goblin attack was a distraction to get that creature down there. In preparation for the future attack.
I think that actually makes a lot... Yeah, that makes sense, actually.
I see.
We believe that there's some kind of toad or some kind of reptile or amphibian somewhere in the well structure that is leaking its toxins into the water.
I see.
It's making me think now to some effect, because considering how well fought off the goblins were, but if there was some way that certain people could be psychologically broken, whilst everyone else is trying to deal with the situation, if another attack suddenly takes place, defences could be a little bit weaker.
James at the mages, Tetheron? Tetheron. His son James knows a bit about animals, amphibians, that sort of thing. He could probably tell you a bit more. He said there are 2 types of toad that kind of secretes sort of the things that are happening here. But he can't narrow it down to one or the other. It's sort of somewhere between the 2. And we did try scrying at the water, and we saw it looked like a big toad.
I see.
You can't let anyone else drink the water.
Clearly. Alright. I can have my guards close off the well for the rest of the day into the morning. And if you 4 would be available this evening, I can direct you to the to where the river feeds into the cave under the city, under the town. It feeds a natural spring that sends the water up. So if the well is being contaminated from below, it will be in the cavern. Please don't let the name concern you, but it is known as the Cavern of Lost Light. It's purely called that because it is so dark in there.
Can I ask as well, what has led to the... is this the usual amount of attention the Lawmaster receives day on day?
Not even close. I mean, he does receive callers every day, that's part of his job, of course. But no, he doesn't usually have so very many, and even if he does have a lot, they're not usually this angry or perturbed or calling for a re-election. So you can imagine the stress he's under.
What is the source? What are they complaining about?
People are scared over these attacks. They were very recent. They're concerned. Some are worried that the Lawmaster has gone soft in his later years, as the women who obviously did the attacks are all currently in jail, and he has refused to pass judgment at the moment. And has also said that until this is dealt with, there will be no judgments passed. Some people are appealing to him to release family members from the prison, of which he, as I said, has refused to deal with until the issue with, well, as we now know, the well has been dealt with.
So no one's come up with unusual symptoms. Nothing beyond the general aggravation that you would expect.
You haven't noticed it's more men or women complaining?
Seems like a fairly reasonable demographic. Lots of people clamouring for issues. Release my son. Stop. Deal with these women in an appropriate manner. Send for help from another city. That sort of thing. Nothing particular. I think it's just a lot of people who are scared and confused and angry and are lashing out at a figurehead who they see as being in charge.
Okay, right. That being the case, you've presumably got men who you could send out to look for things.
Yes, of course.
Something it might be worth having them look for. Do any of them know anything about... Actually, I can probably sketch them for you. I'd need some ingredients.
I see.
And all of these are ingestible, and they might actually help. If we can't purify the water, these might help slow down what's happening. Because we've got... right, I need wisp's breath, blue cap mushrooms, and hue leaf.
I think we might be able to get a few bits and pieces. Some of my men are reasonable foragers.
If they can find any of those, I think I can make some... They're not exactly potions, it's more ingredients, balsam things that you eat. And they're not great because they're not proper potions, but they will slow intoxication, cure minor poisonings, that sort of thing.
All right. I'm sure that's something that we can sort out. If the four of you are willing to deal with this for us, I can close the well right away and send for the four of you at nightfall and take you to the well. Either I will take you to the well myself, or one of my colleagues will lead you there.
Okay,
Is that all right?
that's fine.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Will I find you at the Friendly Huntsman?
I suppose we could always try and top up on a few things to take with us when we go in there. Probably have a little something to eat before we go.
Yeah, it's probably best is to rest up and store energies.
I do have something I want to do when we get back, so I will just say to is this guy Captain of the Guard, is he?
He is, yeah. He's the captain of the guard, Captain Balon.
Captain, if my suspicion I mentioned is correct, well, we know that Yorn is the one who opened the gates. Maybe I can confirm my suspicion by speaking to Yorn when we get back. And if so, can you hold off any of his punishment until we do?
The Lawmaster said that he will be last in the list of any hearings that are done, so I don't think there's any concern with that. And if you are right, his crimes are not just treason, but I suppose conspiring with the enemy in this situation.
Okay.
I think we can do that. Alright, and I think we will call that there, everyone. Alright?
Yeah, I'll go back to the huntsman to eat up and rest up, yeah?
Yep.
I don't see the Lawmaster at all, do I?
Hmm?
You don't see the Lawmaster at all.
He's too busy at the moment. You're around like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. So he's still got people in there and he's still dealing with things. Braylon has said he will be happy to pass the message on and will deal with this himself. It seems like from what you've been able to surmise and what you've heard in this town, the two major powers that deal with the town are Lawmaster Zalon and the Captain of the Guard, Balon.
Okay. I'll say, when we get back to the Huntsman, I'll have the, if there's a meal provided, I'll enjoy the meal, but then I'll take a rest upstairs.
Yeah, you will need to take a long rest to recover your spell slots.
You don't get any for a short?
None.
Nah, in which case I'm okay. I've only used level 1s.
Yeah. Honestly, though, he's not coming for you for about 6 to 8 hours. I will say that you can have a long rest in that period.
Yeah. I'll take the time just to rest up.
Okay. I suppose trying to keep calm, I'll go to my room and try and read some of my books.
Absolutely. Obviously, if you want to transpose that spell into your book,
Oh, yeah.
could you give me a D4 roll very quickly?
I say not the more expensive one because I couldn't afford the equipment, but
You could, but
well, I could, but I didn't have it on me, so.
yeah.
Well, that bag is almost like Santa's stack.
It will take you 4 hours of solid work to transpose that spell.
It's alright, I don't need the long rest, so.
No, you don't, but yeah. Alright then.
How much will it be for Narlock to hire someone for 2 hours?
You guys had the night rates last night. This is 2 hours.
Day rates.
Yeah, it will cost 20 gold.
House always wins.
What are you doing, Roberto?
I'm going to be playing violin very loudly to drown out the noise.
Fair enough. The rooms are soundproof. This is a very classy place.
Oh, brilliant. I'll just play violin.
Mostly soundproof.
No, I'll have something to eat, but light snack, because I don't want to really be going on a really, like, full stomach.
Mhm.
And I'll play some violin and rest, but
You will relax and rest until your time
yeah,
comes.
pretty much.
Hey, if I'm gonna die fighting whatever the hell this thing is, I at least want to go out happy.
Sorry, you just stand there with your violin like that and just wait for the vibrations to do it for you.
Oh god, I'm like.
Alright, so what did everyone think of that mystery?
I'm intrigued.
I think, without revealing too much, I think we're on the right lines.
Without revealing too much, you absolutely are. To be honest, you've kept going onto the right lines and then coming off the right lines, then going back onto the right lines, then off the right lines, about 5 or 6 times. I honestly thought this was going to be a quick session because Chris actually got the right answer at the end of last session.
The well.
Yeah. You mentioned it, so I was like, right, they're going to get this really quickly. I actually got all my notes out for not just the mystery, but also the fight. And, like, I thought you guys might want to travel to Pelennor straight after get that done, so you'd be starting in a new town.
So we were like, here's the answer, and it's like, right, so we think it's the whale, but it might be because they're women, but it also might be because it might be their species,
Yeah.
their age.
Yeah.
Oh, there's something contaminating the water. It's a dog. Ding, 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 ding.
To be honest, this is closer to what it was. Ah, it's the well. It's because they're women. Maybe it's something to do with their race. Maybe it's something to do with their age. Maybe it's something to do with their diet. You were like this, and then it was finally fucking Toad was like that last bit.
Welcome to the player's tangent.
Yeah, but hey, you guys managed to look around an entire city, got a feel for it. I got to practice a few different voices, so I'm alright.
At least in this case, the player's tangent was trying to solve the mystery.
You know what? If I ever open up my own tavern or my own roleplay style tavern bar, whatever, I'm going to call it the player's tangent.
I
Nice.
like it.
The last player's tangent.
I just got stuck there and never left.